Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ultimate Autographs live break room. I'm your host, Don Pellegrini. Alongside me, my man, Rob Hill. What's going on, Rob? Welcome back.
What's going on, Brother Bear? Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be back in the saddle. So I took my little weekend hiatus, aka my Monday off day, and watched Duval in a impressive Monday night come from behind victory.
What's the game?
Yeah, no, a really, really fun game, man. So sometimes primetime games can be very underwhelming. Last night was definitely not. I'm hoping for the same vibes of our show today. Definitely not going to be underwhelming. So,
Nope.
Also, we got a lot of new series that I did not see when I was last here on Sunday, specifically the Diamonds in the Mixer series. So I'm really excited to see how everybody attacks those. So, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing well. You brought up 2 loaded series right now. Headliner Mixer, plenty of headliners in the Headliner Mixer. Go figure. And then we have the Diamonds. Authentics are better in every single box. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 speed flexes still remaining. Barry Sanders, the greatest running back of all time. Drew Brees, the #1 New Orleans Saint ever. J.J. McCarthy, the future of the Minnesota Vikings. Jerome Bettis, Hall of Fame running back. And then we have the dual sign Houston Oilers, Warren Moon and Earl Campbell speed flexes. And Jeremy Gale, he gets it. Let's get that diamond double going.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So we'll do a top to bottom rundown, Rob. Show off what we have in the break room. Show off that diamond. Show off that headliner mixer. Show off that practice squad that we are close to closing out. We have a Bruce Smith speed flex in that practice squad double. You can for only 102 in that double, by the way. But let's do a little housekeeping. Let's roll some dice. See what our chase wheel spin is going to be. Let's get it. All right. 6 or higher. It was 9 in the 12 o'clock show. What do you think it's going to be for the 3?
Ooh, 9 for the 12. Let's go with 12.
Wow.
Let's go with the AJ Przinsky number for the day.
I'm going to go with
who's calling a playoff game today. So, you know, in honor of 1-2.
Robert's got 10. I'm going to go with 8. And it is, can't be 5, 6 or higher. What's up, Brian? What's up, Robert? Cheers, Dennis. You got it.
Yeah.
Damn you.
12? Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of clicking for me.
Yeah, no, exactly, man. I got to make sure that you're
Yeah. If I start sweating.
got to make sure that you're invested. Yeah, it's okay. I get you one of those like little wrist braces.
I just need to be like fan down.
Hashtag carpal tunnel.
Hell yeah. All righty. Chase wheel spin time. We got the Diamonds practice squad, headliner mixer, throwback mixer, and the jerseys. Let's spin this thing and see what our chase wheel spin is going to be for our 3 p.m. show. It was the Diamonds in the noon show. Can we go back to back? But it's looking like it's going to be the throwback. All right.
Ooh.
And last time I checked, we were 4 or 5 to go in that throwback. So should definitely close this out during this show. Lawrence Taylor, Emmett Smith, and Barry Sanders.
Sanders.
So let me add this to our screen. That is the Chase wheel spin. For every throwback and alternate that we close out, we put all those names in the randomizer 12 times. And the top name after 12 will take to the wheel out of 100. And whatever that wheel out of 100 lands on, that's how much UA credit you get sent to your account right there. So let's do a top to bottom rundown and show off what we do have here in the break room. The diamonds, the best of the best, authentics or better in every single box. That double, already 2 spots taken because they know it's loaded 23 boxes and 13 headliners. That is a great headliner to box ratio, especially in a diamond box break. With 5 speed flexes still available. The dual sign Oilers, Warren Moon and Earl Campbell, Jerome Bettis, JJ McCarthy, Drew Brees, and Barry Sanders speed flexes, along with John Elway, Julio Jones, Kurt Warner, Eddie George, and Baker Mayfield, all authentic helmets. Secondary headliners, David Montgomery, Rondé Barber, and we did, if you can erase that Tyreek Hill, we did pull that Tyreek Hill.
I would love to.
Thank you, Rob.
Rest up, Tyreek.
The cheetah. Here are the videos. Here's the greatest New Orleans Saint of all time,
Ricky
Drew
Williams?
Brees.
Oh.
Speed flex on that beautiful chrome. Who dat? It's just the top 10 quarterback of all time. There's Jerome Bettis on that chrome Pittsburgh Steelers speed flex, 8th all time in rushing yards. Here's Barry Sanders, one of the greatest running backs, if not the greatest running back of all time.
The Lion King.
This can be won for a fraction of the cost, only in the diamonds. If you want to win a Barry Sanders speed flex that is north of $1,000, only for 103 in the single, or if you want to take home the Barry Sanders speed flex and the JJ McCarthy speed flex, north of $2,000 worth of value right there for only 206 in that diamond double. If you're a Lions fan, Barry Sanders, David Montgomery. How about the double up in the NFC South? Drew Brees, Baker Mayfield, Julio Jones. Get in the diamonds. It's the best bang for your buck in the break room. Authentics are better in every single box. Here's Move the Chains, Practice Squad. We still have a speed flex, and not only just speed flex, the all-time sack leader, Bruce Smith, 200 sacks. You don't believe me? Look at the helmet. It's on there.
I believe you.
The 200 sacks inscription with that beautiful blue visor. A Practice Squad single, $51. The double, which is halfway from closing out, only 102. Bruce Smith, and maybe we have an AFC East hiding on the Ann Moore section to pair with that speed flex for only 102. Other photo headliners available. Nico Collins, he found the end zone on Sunday for the Houston Texans. DeMarcus Ware, authentic on that beautiful Broncos lunar with that awesome orange ink. And then we have 2 minis, 2 legends, the all-time rushing leader, Emmett Smith, and the 3-time MVP, the only player ever to do 3 straight MVPs, Brett Favre, on that Packers mini helmet. Get one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Oh, yes, sir.
In the practice squad. Here is the Chase wheel spin. Throwbacks and alternates. We are down to our last 7 boxes, 3 headliners, Lawrence Taylor, Emmett Smith minis, and that throwback Barry Sanders authentic. This is the Chase wheel spin. If we close this out, all the names that close it out for all the throwbacks and alternates that we close out during the show, we take it to the randomizer, and the top name after 12 clicks will take to the wheel out of 100. And whenever that wheel lands on, that's how much store credit you get sent to your account right there. You don't have to wait too long. Sent ASAP. So the throwbacks and alternates, 7 boxes left. 3 headliners, Lawrence Taylor, Emmett Smith, and Barry Sanders. 3 of the greatest players of all time, really.
I would say so.
Headliners. This is a series, Rob, that you said you didn't see when you left for the weekend.
I did not. No, I'm there's a lot in there, and for me, you know what really hits my heart, seeing some baseball bats in the break room, Dom. If you guys want to step into the batter's box and hit one out of the park, you certainly got some current and past legends to pick from, to say the least.
Absolutely. And lucky for you, a lot of headliners are still available, so you're not going to miss out too much in this series. How about the Steph Curry, one of the best NBA players of all time? Joe Burrow licensed jersey. You saw how valuable he is to the Bengals. Look at him without him. Ricky Henderson, the best leadoff hitter of all time on that beautiful, and I'll say because when he played for the A's, it was the Oakland A's, on that beautiful custom Oakland A's jersey. Possibly the best pass rusher in the NFL today on that beautiful chrome Speedflex TJ Watt. tied for the most sacks in a single season, 22 and a half with Michael Strahan. Rob, he wants to see some baseball. How about Big Papi on the bat? Hall of Fame first baseman for the Boston Red Sox, one of the most clutch baseball players of all time. Vlad Guerrero Sr., a pitcher's worst nightmare because you throw this guy a ball in the dirt or over his head, it doesn't matter. He's still going to hit it. Vladdy Sr., who's probably, him and David Ortiz probably really enjoying the Blue Jays-Yankee series because Vladdy Sr. watching as a proud papa.
Oh, my goodness.
And David Ortiz, the Yankees lose. I know he enjoys as a Red Sox legend watching the Yankees lose. Johnny Bench, the greatest catcher of all time on the Cincinnati Reds helmet with the Hall of Fame 89 inscription. Then we have the basketball. Magic Johnson on the Rep Larry O'Brien trophy. We have Giannis Antetokounmpo on the City Edition basketball. And Kevin Durant, a name that we don't get too often here in the break room. KD, a future Hall of Famer, one of the best NBA players of all time, one of the best scorers of all time, a 7-foot scorer who could shoot from anywhere on the court. Kevin Durant. Secondary headliners, Jamar Chase, John Smoltz, Shaq, CeeDee Lamb, Trevor Hoffman, and Allen Iverson. 23 boxes and 16 headliners. Series is loaded right now.
Woo.
Headliner Mixer Series. Let's see some baseball. Let's see some basketball. Let's see some football. Jerseys, $29 a spot. We have 4 boxes left. 2 headliners, Mike Ditka and Earl Campbell. Only $29 a spot. 2 headliners, 2 Hall of Famers. That beautiful Houston Oilers baby blue. And the coach, Mike Ditka. Get this for $29. If you're not a Bears fan, well, sell this to a Bear fan. You'll get more than $29 for that. So that's our break page right now. 7 to go in that practice squad single. Hey, getting that single. If that closes out for the double, you have a chance to win a Bruce Smith Speed Flex for only $51. Wow. One of the greatest defensive players of all time. But let's see. Our closest break. 4 to go on the throwbacks and the alternates. We're 3 to go on the practice squad. 6 to go on the diamonds. Practice squad, we got a Speed Flex. Bruce Smith, the all-time sack leader. Where's my Bills fans at? You have a chance to get a Bruce Smith Speed Flex for only $102 in this double. And if there's a AFC East tighten out in this series, maybe we have a double-up opportunity for a Bills fan. But get that Bruce Smith Speed Flex. Nico Collins authentic. DeMarcus Ware authentic. You know my favorite item in the series, not even a Speed Flex, not authentic. It's the Brett Favre Mini. I'm a Packer fan. Of course it's the Brett Favre Mini.
Of course. Yeah, how could I ever have expected that any less from you, Dom? How about got the Trey McBride still in there?
He's been pulled.
Yeah, so unfortunately, my man TB has been pulled. So much like my hopes for the Cardinals this season have been pulled.
How you doing after Sunday?
You know what? It's been this isn't an ordinary coffee that I'm drinking over here. This is what I like to call the forgetful blend. Some of the side effects I drink from this are a high dose of amnesia. So it was painful, man. It was painful. You know, shout out to Cam Ward though. I was high on Cam Ward coming out of Miami. I'm not so high on my Cardinals anymore, man. We were flying high after 2 weeks, and now we've gone into hibernation by week 5. So not really a big fan of that. So I appreciate you not poking fun. So
no.
Unfortunately, I've been taking my all of my sadness out on Mr. Steven Ryan and his Chicago Cubs the last 2 days. So
you been hate watching?
I am a avid hate watcher. It's fine. It's fine though. I have my own little hate chair, and I have my my hate cup that I sit with at my humble abode. So it is what it is.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, if I can't win, nobody can win. I'm a bitter man, Dom.
Few people watch this show hate watching.
Yeah,
it's true.
I'm sure. Yeah. No, I mean, we have some people in the comments as well that'll even admit it. So
I had no hate watching from me on Sunday because I had the Minnesota Vikings in my survivor pool.
Still going on.
So
that,
I was pulling for the Vikings. It was
nice.
It was a tough one, but the Cardinals losing knocked out a lot of people in the survivor pool because I think a lot of people were just picking who was playing against the Titans.
Yeah,
the drop
Sean,
touchdown
thanks,
prior to scoring. Yeah,
Sean. Thank you, buddy.
Did you see the video of Jonathan Gannon?
Oh yeah, full on hitting DeMarcado in the chest. Yeah, as Don Kleiman on Twitter so likes to point out. Yeah, he apologized for that. I mean, it's tough though because it's
he's wearing pads though.
It's not like it's not like you can really put ED in the doghouse or anything just because of the lack of running. James Conner's out for the year. Trey Benson's on the IR. Michael Carter was really good.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's kind of like who are we going to pull off the street from the practice squad if you decide to take down DeMar Carter's reps. So Sean, definitely turned the tide of the game. It would have made it 27-6, but still an inexcusable loss, especially at home. It changes the entire flow and ebb of the season. And now, Cardinals fans are back to feeling what Cardinals fans always feel, and that's disappointment. So all I saw on my Cardinals Twitter thread on Sunday, Dom, after the game was just pictures of Bruce Arians. Where are you, Bruce? Please come back. So I kind of, I feel that.
You said it. It's hard to get someone off the practice squad. Unless you're in the break room, you get yourself former Cardinal, former running back. This will help you out. Emmitt Smith, not on the Cardinals, on the Cowboy mini helmet where, let's be honest, that's where we want Emmitt Smith if we're in the break room. Maybe
debatable. Debatable.
We've had Emmitt Smith once on the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Once on the Cardinals.
Really?
It was a football.
And that was probably the quickest series ever sold, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Record time.
Yes. But Emmitt Smith still available in that practice squad. It's a lot easier to get great players from our practice squad than the NFL practice squad. You can shove a Hall of Famer, no problem.
Easily.
Your Cardinals, it'll be a little tougher for them to get a Hall of Famer. You never know.
Kurt Warner, baby. Kurt Warner, Super Bowl appearance.
He's coming out of retirement?
So, I mean, we can honestly, I feel like, use him for some snaps coming down from the broadcast booth. But there was actually a movement going to get Drew Petzing, the Arizona Cardinals offensive coordinator, out and actually get a movement to get Kurt Warner like a bunch of petition signatures. I think last time I checked, there was over like 2,000 of them to get Kurt Warner in as the OC.
Not on the Cardinals, but we got him on his OG team, Kurt Warner.
Yes, sir.
On the Rams. One of the most likable guys in NFL history, and it's hard not to like Kurt Warner if you know the story. The American underdog, bagging groceries to win in a Super Bowl. If you never watched football before, you never heard of the story of Kurt Warner and just watched that movie, you're like, well, this movie's not true. It's too corny. That doesn't happen. You don't go from bagging groceries to winning the Super Bowl. Well, yeah, you do when you're Kurt Warner in the Diamonds. Get that authentic for only $103. We have Barry Sanders speed flex, Drew Brees speed flex, JJ McCarthy speed flex, Jerome Bettis speed flex. That dual sign Houston Oilers, Warren Moon, Earl Campbell. I always get asked, if you had a choice of a Houston Oiler, who do you want? It's either Warren Moon or Earl Campbell. How about both of these on that speed flex? Earl Campbell, Warren Moon on one beautiful Houston Oilers speed flex. Pair that up with the Eddie George. If you're a Titan fan, get the throwback. And if you're a Titan fan, Eddie George got to be one of your favorite Titans of all time, the former Heisman winner. The very happy Ohio State Buckeyes. Seems like every college team's getting upset besides the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Shout out to Michael Gersh. Michael, thank you, brother. First time buyer, my friend. So he got himself into the double box break for the multi-sports series. So very, very nice. Michael ended up bringing that series on to 6 spots left. That's 184 a spot. And of course, he used the newbie promotional code that we have. Get yourself 15% off your first order at ultimateautographs.com. So Michael, my friend, if you are tuning into Dom and myself, feel free to let us know in the chat. Is there a specific player that was tickling your fancy to get into that series? A specific team, perhaps? Again, feel free to let Dom and I know. So
that's right.
Rain delay in Detroit. Yeah. So
saw that. I was on ESPN. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got that going on over here. So I got a little. I got my eye on this series in particular, just because I was repping my Seattle gear when they clinched. I'm just a huge fan of the team overall. There are, Milwaukee and Seattle, I feel like, are just fan bases and franchises that desperately need to see their teams make a deep postseason run. You might feel differently, but I definitely feel like they deserve that, to say the least.
Seattle beat the 2000 White Sox in the ALDS.
I love a good 25-year grudge.
Yeah, why not?
Well, hilariously, that was our best offensive team besides maybe 2006 in our team's history. And it was our offense that actually was the reason why we lost this series. Mm-hmm. I mean, but when you have James Baldwin and Jim Park starting games 1 and 2, can't really talk about too much.
I remember Jim Park. Parque.
Jim Park, baby. You know what the crazy thing was is that 2000 Mariners team, despite making an ALCS appearance and eventually, of course, losing to the Yankees, like every American League team did during that 4 championships in 5 years era that they had, that dynasty.
That was just for you, Bob.
That was just for you, Bob. So, but it's so funny because, of course, the 2001 team, they broke the single season wins record after they ended up losing Ken Griffey Jr. to free agency. Mm-hmm. A-Rod was gone as well, so just really, and obviously Ichiro ends up coming in and filling a lot of those holes, but, just kind of like a funny thing that a lot of people forget about. They bring in Brett Boone, who had a borderline MVP season in 01 for them.
Second baseman.
So second base, dude with a ton of power. So obviously Edgar Martinez was about as steady could get, the Hall of Fame DH. You know,
Edgar Martinez was the DH. Was John Olerud the first baseman?
John Olerud was the first baseman. Mike Cameron was in center field, former White Sox farmhand.
Paulie. We got Paulie from...
Yep, yeah, exactly. Yeah, a part of a Reds-Dodgers trade right there. So Paul Konerko, former Dodger catcher. Shout out to 1-4. And then future White Sox, Freddie Garcia, alongside Jamie Moyer. I think Freddie won 20-plus games. But, I mean, if your team wins 121 games, you would expect there to be a lot of potential 20-game winners on that staff.
Got baseball in the break room right now. Headliner Mixer. We pulled the Seattle Mariner legend in the earlier show. Felix Hernandez, former Cy Young winner, perfect game.
Really?
Good Hall of Fame case for Felix Hernandez. Wow. Headliner Mixer, guys. If you've been looking for some baseball, some basketball, or just an awesome series with plenty of headliners,
very cool.
This series is for you. 23 boxes, 16 headliners, and technically that King Felix that we pulled was the and more section. And let's just say this was only a baseball break. King Felix is a photo headliner in the break. So the and more section is going to be headliner worthy itself. Steph Curry custom jersey, Joe Burrow licensed jersey. My favorite jersey is that Ricky Henderson. Wow. You know I'm a sucker for the green and the yellow being a Green Bay Packer fan, but I've always loved I'm going to keep calling it the Oakland A's because that's the Ricky Henderson when he was on the team. It was the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
I always loved the Oakland A's uniforms. Very nice. That is a sweet jersey. Looks like we got 2 shirts on that bad boy for the late, great Ricky Henderson, the greatest leadoff hitter in MLB history. TJ Watt Speed Flex, the David Ortiz bat, the Vlad Guerrero Sr. helmet, the Johnny Bench helmet, the greatest catcher of all time. Magic Johnson on the rep, Larry O'Brien, Giannis Antetokounmpo on the City Edition, signed basketball. And then we have Kevin Durant, future Hall of Famer. We got a couple of future Hall of Famers, Giannis and Kevin Durant. MVPs, future Hall of Famers. In the top 5 of greatest players of the past 25 years, you have to say, right? The top 10 for sure, I would say.
Yeah, what, KD?
25 years. Actually, we'll do 10 years.
I apologize. You're talking about KD, correct?
Kevin Durant, yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, Kevin Durant for me. So, do you want my... I actually have it right here if you want me to pull it up.
Yeah, of course.
I actually have my top 25 that I have, and I kind of want to get your quick
list.
thought. I will do... give me a second if there's anything else you want to talk about, and I'll pull it up for you.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
But the headliner mixer... Scott's praying Seattle goes to the World Series. My buddy's on the coaching staff and has promised tickets if they make it. Hell yeah. Scott, don't forget me if they make it to the World Series. I always wanted to go. If the Brewers make it to the World Series, I might go to...
We're going.
Yeah.
I almost went yesterday, so I was actually...
I was thinking about it.
I was out of state yesterday, and I really almost went. A couple of my buddies went. They got some of the nosebleeds up in Milwaukee, so I think you and I both would have nearly fell onto the field with that Andrew Vaughn home run in the first.
Oh, yes. If they do make... I'm serious. If they make it to the World Series, I wouldn't mind going to a game.
Yeah, man.
Watching the Brew Crew. Wouldn't hate that Hines Ward in number 10. Where's the Hines Ward? Hines Ward? Did we pull it? Which one, Steven?
Secondary headliner, Hines Ward.
Hines Ward? I think we might have pulled that one. I don't see him on the headliner board, Steven. Let's see. Live break number 10. Hook it up, Scott. It's a 2.5 hour drive. So we did pull the Hines Ward in the practice squads, Steven, but we still have ourselves a Bruce Smith Speed Flex, Nico Collins Authentic, DeMarcus Ware Authentic, and Brett Favre and Emmitt Smith mini helmets. If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I can guide you to the headliner mix or the diamonds because we have 2 Speed Flexes for the Steelers.
Do.
We have the Jerome Bettis in the diamonds, which is the diamonds authentics are better in every single box. It's the best bang for your buck in the break room. I'll show off the video of that Jerome Bettis. That chrome. The Steelers legend.
Oh, that's nice.
If you need a yard, this is your man. 8th all time in rushing yards, too. We think of Jerome Bettis, and we just think of him getting 1 yard.
It's like a goal line back.
Yes. 8th all time in rushing yards.
Well, the bus certainly logged a lot of miles in his day, to say the least. The Hall of Famer. So, okay, so if you want to go back to that Mixer series real quick, just so it's
right here.
apropos, so I want to get your thoughts on this. So you and I, we've had our baseball conversations and plenty of our football, but we haven't really touched the waters of our basketball one. So this is from a few months ago, so I might have to update this, but I got Michael Jordan for 1, LeBron 2, Kareem 3, Magic 4, Bill 5, Bird 6, Duncan 7, Kobe 8, Steph 9, Shaq 10, Hakeem Olajuwon 11, Will 12, Kevin Durant, who's in this series, at number 13, Oscar Robertson 14, Jerry West 15, Nikola Jokic 16, Giannis at 17, Kevin Garnett at 18, Dwayne Wade at 19, Julius Erving at 20, David Robinson 21, Karl Malone 22, and Charles Barkley, the round mound of rebound at 23, Moses Malone 24, and Zeke, also known as the two-time NBA champion, and Isaiah Thomas.
So you got 4 guys.
At 25. I have 4 guys.
In this series, in your top
I do.
25.
I do.
Steph, Magic, Giannis, and Kevin Durant. I can't disagree. Pretty damn good 25.
Yeah, I would like to say so. I put about a good 5 to 10 minutes of thought into it, but my I've become a basketball junkie, man. Like I will find myself waking up to. I know you and I are big YouTube watchers as well, going back and watching. I'll wake up and be like, oh my god, the 2006 finals. I fell asleep to watching this, and D Wade, James Posey, and an old Shaq, going at it against Dallas. Like,
I'm happy you named my favorite player growing up in the top 10, Tim Duncan.
Oh, I thought you said James Posey.
I was a big fan of the big fundamental. James Posey, a Celtics legend, won them a championship.
Yeah, shout out
I
to
also
James
loved
Posey.
Shaq and Allen Iverson, two of the greatest of all time. Former MVP. Shaq, one of the best big men of all time. Look at that finals team, the Allen Iverson. Was it the 2006ers?
The 2001 Sixers. They
Eric
were the reason.
Snow.
Yep.
You have
Don't forget about 6th man of the year, Aaron McKee.
oh yeah, Aaron McKee.
Aaron McKee, defensive player of the year that year.
Mutombo was on that team, but it wasn't, prime Mutombo, I would say.
Even though he did win Depoy at 34, but he was traded for Theo Ratliff, who was an all-star the year before. Unfortunately
Skip to my Lou?
Yeah, skipped. Unfortunately for Theo with Atlanta, he couldn't recover from his injuries that he sustained earlier on in his career. But that was actually the team that made me fall in love with basketball, weirdly enough, just because AI is my favorite player of all time. Now when we bring up AI around people from this generation, they talk about ChatGPT. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And all of these computer photo-generated images. Like, you got to be talking about number 3. You got to be talking about practice, man.
The Buffalo Bills, the season, the schedule release. Every team does a funny schedule release now.
Oh, yeah.
The Bills had a video, and it was the general manager, Beam, I think his name is. If I'm a Bills fan, Brandon Beam, I believe his name is. And it's him and Josh Allen. And he goes, Josh, oh my gosh, I forgot we have a schedule release today. We got to do something, clever for this. And Josh is like, dude, just use AI. And the general manager's like, okay, whatever. So the scene cuts to Allen Iverson just sitting there, goes, what am I doing here? And it's like, oh, we're using AI to release the schedule.
That's great.
And he just flips over. He has a piece of paper, and he doesn't even read it off. He just flips the paper over. He goes, you guys can see for yourself. And they're like, and they ask him in the video. It's funny. It's on YouTube. And they're like, are you even a Bills fan? He's like, I like Josh Allen. So it's a pretty good video. Allen Iverson, the only AI that I trust.
he's an Eagles fan. That man bleeds. That man bleeds green in Philly. So talk about a guy that's never going to have to pay for a drink in the city of Philadelphia.
The answer.
Yeah, the answer. No, he answered a lot of problems. Was definitely one of my favorites, and unfortunately, he's a part of discourse nowadays because you have a lot of nerds who like to talk about his lack of efficiency. Well, we just named a lot of his roster. I mean, his number 2 option going into that 0-1 finals, which by the way, he dropped 48 points, crossover Tyronn Lue, and actually beat one of the best teams of all time.
One of the most iconic photos in NBA history.
Against a guy in that series in Shaquille O'Neal. So just goes to show you the prowess of Mr. Allen Iverson. So there's a prowess of a lot of great players from really a lot of different sports. Truthfully, Dom, in my short employment here at UA, this has got to probably be my favorite time so far that I've seen series, just because we get a little bit mix of everything. So
Got the MLB playoffs happening. We got a little rain delay in Detroit. They should start off soon. We have the opening night for the NHL. Our man Bob Boulay going to the Rangers Penguins. Our Blackhawks start in just under a half hour. They got the champs, the Florida Panthers. And then we have the Colorado Avalanche and the LA Kings. The Avalanche were, when I was younger, I liked the Avalanche. I'm talking like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, because of the video game. Yeah, Patrick Wallace, the goalie, Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg for a little quickness on the offensive side. And the defense, Adam Foote, Ray Bjork.
Oh my God, yeah, you're really touching my nostalgia bone here. But I mean, I remember going back to, man, what was it, NHL 02? Jerome McGinley was on the cover. So I'll go back to Marcus Naslund with the Vancouver Canucks. It's funny, I think I could probably name more guys in like an NHL 2005 or 6. Like I remember
100% me too.
Vincent Lecavalier on NHL 06 on Tampa Bay, Martin St. Louis.
The champs.
Yeah,
they beat Aguila. in the Stanley
that's
Cup.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, one of the best to never win a Stanley Cup was Jerome McGinley. He was, he was a dog.
See
McGinley
some
was a
spots
dog.
taken in the Diamonds. Thank you very much. That is, let's see, that is Nick. What's going on, Nick? Got a spot in that Diamond single. Thank you very much. Started the party in that. It's the best bang for your buck in the break room. Authentics are better in every single box. And one of the reasons why I love this series, not only because its authentics are better in every single box, but the names in the series. If you don't see your favorite team on our headliner list, your favorite team might be hiding out in the Diamonds. And it's not going to be the backup quarterback on your favorite teams. It's going to be a legend, a Hall of Famer, an All-Pro, Pro Bowler from your team. For example, I'm a Packer fan. Jordy Nelson is a headliner hit for me as a Packer fan. Jordy Nelson's a name you see in the Ann Moore section. So if you're a Packer fan, you win Jordy Nelson. That's not a hit from the Ann Moore section. That's a headliner. If you're a Seattle Seahawk fan, you win Steve Largent. Well, that's not an Ann Moore section. That's a headliner for a Seattle Seahawk fan. Mean Joe Green, who I pulled in the Diamonds Ann Moore section numerous times. If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan like Steven's probably like, Mean Joe Green, not a headliner? What the hell are these guys talking about? Well, that's the Diamonds. Series is absolutely loaded in that break. We got a couple spots taken in that. The Diamonds should be breaking during this show. The headliner should be breaking during this show. That practice squad, which is only 3 spots to go. We have ourselves a Bruce Smith Speed Flex still out there, along with a Nico Collins authentic, a DeMarcus Ware authentic, and 2 legends, Brett Favre and Emmitt Smith, 2 former MVPs, 2 superstars of the 90s, 2 of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah, and in this and in the specific practice squad series here, Dom, just looking at where we are right now, Vincent Lodato, who I was noticing had some very, very good hits.
I thought you were going to say LeCavier. I was like, damn.
I was going to say, I was two LeCavier drops in one show. Who would have thought? We have 7 spots left in that single box for the practice squad move the chain series, but it's all about the doubles. As I think Megan Trainor once said, it's all about those breaks, all doubles.
Now
I think
she's
that's
saying it's all about that brace. You've seen that commercial over. Give me your arm.
We got we got 3 spots left in that bad boy, and we got 5 different hands in the pot. We got Ben, Steven, Greg, Dustin, and Lance all involved in that move the change double box series for the practice squad. So you guys know, Dom already mentioned it. Very good ratios, by the way. Nearly a 1 in 2 chance, 5 headliners out of 11 total boxes available. So there's no better time than the present. You and I like to live in the present a lot. I know that sometimes it's, even though we're ironically being nostalgic about a lot of things here, but in the break room, when it comes to us trying to be active, you got to be here in the present. You don't want to be the guy that waits around, and then all of a sudden life passes you by.
Right. You want to ask that girl to dance. You're like, I'll wait 15 minutes. Well, 15 minutes, someone else is going to ask her, and then she's dancing with some other guy, and you're all alone in the corner. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be me. I'm just giving you my life story right now. Don't be me. Get in the break room. If you see an item that's you want to take home. That practice squad, only 102 a spot in the double. You want to get in that single, $51 a spot. Take your chances. You want a Speed Flex for $51.
Yes, sir.
200 sacks inscription. Inscriptions, they're extra. And if you're getting a Bruce Smith helmet, you want that Bruce Smith helmet to indicate that he's the all-time sacks leader. Well, 200 sacks right there. Bruce Smith on this beautiful Buffalo Bills Speed Flex with that blue visor. And the Nico Collins authentic. I love it, Texan standard. One of my favorite colors is navy blue, so of course I love any navy blue helmet that we see in the break room. Texans,
why navy blue?
I just always navy blue and like emerald green. Always been my favorite colors. I don't know why. Of course, I gotta get really specific.
So you're a big Seahawks fan then? You're a closet Seahawks fan,
Not action.
What you're just admitted to me.
Not action green. I do like the action green. Seahawks got nice uniforms, but
how about the game this past weekend with them in Tampa Bay, man?
Baker Mayfield and the Diamonds. He might be the MVP this season.
Dude,
the
he's
way that
been
he's playing.
Awesome.
Especially with all the injuries happening in Tampa Bay. Not only Mike Evans, not only Bucky Irvin, but Tristan Wirfs, their left tackle. And if you're a quarterback, obviously you want to have your future Hall of Fame wide receiver, Mike Evans. Obviously you want to have your running back 1. But you want your all-pro left tackle there to, defend your blind side. He has not had that all year. Has not mattered for Baker Mayfield. What are they, 3-1, 4-1?
Yeah, so I mean, they came back and they had a walk-off field goal against Seattle this past weekend. They won 38-35, so they're now 4-1. And as you mentioned too, I mean, I moved to 3-2 in fantasy. I don't know how your fantasy teams did this week, Dom, but in my main league, yeah,
I lost, but I'm
3-2 as well. But I mean, I blew out my my opponent this week, Kameli. I'm sorry, my brother, but you know, you had to face the flock this weekend. Emeka Egbuka is a huge reason why, man. He's by far the leading favorite right now for offensive rookie of the year because of Baker Mayfield and of course because of Emeka Egbuka. But some of the throws, the downfield threats that he creates, and Baker, man, he just finds those tight windows right now with the the protection that he's getting. Like you said, even without Tristan Wirfs. So Baker is definitely a fan favorite here. I think of any, whether it's you and I are on a show or anybody else, where this is a Baker Mayfield fan club here at the UA Break Room.
One of the best college football quarterbacks of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And the game's starting to translate to the NFL.
Go Sooners.
Rookie year with the Cleveland Browns, it was like, okay, this guy's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league for a while. And then the injuries kind of slowed down with the Browns, led them to their first postseason appearance in several years. And not only did it lead them to a postseason performance, they beat down the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sorry, Steven, I don't want to bring back bad memories, but if you're a Browns fan, and you would like the Steelers being the Browns being the Steelers in the postseason, you would thought we're going to keep this guy for the next 10, 15 years. Oh, yeah. Next season, Baker has a lot of injuries, and I wasn't a fan of them getting rid of Baker Mayfield after he battled several injuries to play for the Cleveland Browns. It seemed like they couldn't wait to get rid of him. Now, I'm sure the Browns wish they did not make that trade and Baker Mayfield was still in Cleveland.
I mean, I don't think it's a stretch to say, Dom, that Baker Mayfield, the year that he went on the road and he beat Pittsburgh, put up a 40-burger against a team that at one point was 11-0 during the regular season in that playoff game. So that year, amazingly for Baker, because I want to look at his overall quarterback rating here. Yeah, so he was 11-5 in the COVID season in 2020. Completed 63% of his passes, had a 26 touchdown, 8 interception ratio. Pretty fantastic year right there. So, and in the playoff game that I was alluding to, I'm trying to see. I'm going to have to go into the game log specifically, but he's been awesome, man. I mean, he's according to through 5 career playoff starts. He's the best quarterback in NFL playoff history. If you go by quarterback rating, it's something that I like to bring up a bit. I really do. I mean, it's only just because his touchdown percentage is actually the highest in NFL history in the playoffs through 5 playoff games. It's pretty absurd. I mean, a 106 passer rating is pretty insane. So, So I mean, don't think the Browns will go to the playoffs for a while now. So, you know what? I will give a shout out to Dylan Gabriel. It didn't show up in the win-loss column, but he looked really good against Minnesota. Mm-hmm. I thought it in terms of like a game manager type of role that he played. I mean, he did exactly what Kevin Stefanski needed him to do.
He didn't look overwhelmed.
Yeah.
He looked like he belonged in the league. It looked like your average first start for a rookie quarterback. He didn't try to make too many mistakes, but he looked like he belonged. He did not look terrible. Here's the Baker Mayfield stats this season. 10 touchdowns, only 1 interception, 104 passing rating if you're in that sort of thing. How about that QBR? The 75.4. Baker is dealing right now. 4-1, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've been the kings of the NFC South the past 4 seasons. Everyone thought they were going to hit a decline after Tom Brady retired and they signed Baker Mayfield. Everyone's like, well, there goes the Bucs run. Not so fast, my friend.
Everybody's waiting for Atlanta to soar in the NFC South.
Me, I'm guilty of that.
I was last year for sure. I think I definitely fell too much into the. I don't know if I think you definitely have because I know how big of an avid football fan you are. But the quarterback series on Netflix, I was falling for the Kirk Cousins propaganda and how much of a leader he was, and I was kind of like, okay, he's going to at least lead Atlanta to 10 wins last year, and I.
Actually, I've never watched it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, wow. So we're going to forget everything that I just said. We're just going to delete the last 15 seconds of the show. You know what we're not going to delete? Speaking of former Falcons greats, how about Tony Gonzalez? Tony buying back in. And then also Gavin Curtis. Round of applause for Gavin. We have a first-time buyer today. So Gavin and who else was it earlier that I gave a shout to? That was Michael.
Michael, yep.
Yeah, so both of them. So... Gavin getting into the jerseys, he's bringing that down to 6, and then Tony got himself into the double box break for the practice squad, so that is 2 to go.
Thank you, TG. 2 spots to go in that practice squad double. Only 102 a spot. You have a chance to take up 2 items, 1 spot, and we have a speed flex. Bruce Smith, the all-time sack leader. Where's all my Bills fans at? I have to imagine if a couple Bills fans see that they have a chance to get a Bruce Smith speed flex and a practice squad break with that 200 sacks inscription, they'll definitely take their chances here. Bruce Smith, speed flex, Nico Collins, authentic, DeMarcus Ware, authentic, and then we have the Brett Favre and Emmitt Smith minis. Yesterday was my first time buying and spent on the jerseys. Well, welcome, Robert. What was your favorite jersey that you took home yesterday? I know Robert has a few, but which one?
I didn't take anything home yesterday.
We got another Robert. We got a lot of Roberts in this break.
Oh,
my
apologies.
A lot of Roberts. Robert Hill.
Yeah. Wow, that sent chills down my spine. I feel like I just got in trouble.
Robert Lopez.
I feel like Robert Lopez, yeah.
The Monsters of the Midways, yeah.
Oh, he got that one, huh?
Robert's a Bears fan, and we're 4 boxes left in the jerseys. Wow. We still have that Mike Ditka.
You guys are gonna get along really, really well.
I'm a Packer fan, Robert, so Rob being a little sarcastic. But we'll get along just fine.
Did you happen to read this comment? I apologize if you did, from Scott about about Colorado playing the Red Sox in 07. Did you see that?
Actually, I did not. I missed it.
Yeah,
Sorry. My bad, Scott.
Yeah, so Scott said that my other buddy played for Colorado when they played for the Bo Sox in 07. We had a 25-person luxury box for the 2 games in Colorado, visiting tickets at Fenway. We were basically in Maine. So who was your buddy that played for the Bo Sox in 07? Do you want to take a guess on who that might be?
Colorado. They played for.
So my other buddy. He played for Colorado when they played. Oh, so for
07 playoffs. That was Rocktober.
That was definitely. I feel like Garrett Atkins or Brad Haupt vibe going on in there. Dude, that team could mesh.
That was Rocktober.
That was the crazy wild card game where Jamie Carroll got thrown out at home plate on that throw from right field. So
I pulled the Green Bay jersey yesterday too. Yeah, I believe Lynn Dickey, I think Mike was telling me about. Beautiful signature. Lynn Dickey, a gunslinger in the 80s. A few more former Houston Oiler. But I'm trying to think that 07 Rockies, was it Ubaldo Jimenez on that team?
I think I could. It wasn't Ubaldo. It was Jeff Francis. Aaron Cook. Aaron Cook was a big-time sinker baller going on in that series. So
she might be, Nathan. She might be. She better be.
Grandma Rose watching the. Yeah. Shout out to Grandma P.
Hopefully she was like, this host again. Turn it off.
She watches on mute quite a bit, I'm sure, but it's okay. I mean, as long as she could see her grandson's face putting in some serious work, which we have so far. You guys have done a good job moving some series up to this point. So that 07 team, I think I could honestly name the diamond in terms of position players, but I can't. So in left, we had Matt Holliday. In center, you had Willie Tavares and Ryan Spielborgs.
Was Cargo on that team?
Cargo was not on that team. In right field, I'm going to have to come back to that. We had Garrett Atkins at third, Tulo at short, Kaz Matsui at second, Todd Helton at first, Yorvi Torrealba behind the plate.
Nice pull right there.
I got to be able to go back and right. That's going to bother me.
Torrealba's a nice pull.
Yeah, I know our GM here at UA and Mr. Jeff could talk about the Red Sox 07 sweep,
I thought you were going to say Jeff was on that Rockies team.
Jeff,
I was like, he never told me that.
He might have been there. He might have been there himself.
It's like, I didn't know that. Afternoon show might conflict with her daytime shows. Her soaps, that is true. It might, if it comes down to me or her soap operas, well, I've been doing this a while, Nathan. I know for 31 years. She's picking those soap operas.
Days of Our Lives or Days of Our Ultimate Autographs break room. It's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one.
Oh, Jerry Springer. The whole family was a Jerry Springer fan. I think I was raised on Jerry Springer. That's why I ended up the way I was. My family was like, we're watching Jerry Springer.
Or Judge Judy fan. Why not both?
I can't remember watching. I don't obviously Judge Judy. I'm the boss, applesauce. But I don't remember watching too much Jerry Judy as a kid. Jerry Springer? Gary.
Judge Judy?
What did I say?
Jerry Judy.
Oh, Jerry Judy?
Unless you were babysitting Jerry
Judy. Football. I got football in the mind. Well, hey, I was watching
great.
I was watching the game on Sunday. I didn't see too much Jerry Judy in that game either. But Judge Judy.
Wow. Poor Jerry. Poor Jerry catching strays in and out of the break room. But shout out to Dennis. Yeah, getting that Edgerrin James helmet on that Cardinals lid, baby. So, Bird Gang, way to go there. Way to go there, Dennis. Congrats on that poll. So that was a salute to service, right? The Edgerrin James, I believe.
For
Dennis, for Edgerrin James, that Cardinals lid. He said that he pulled that this morning.
I was not here for that, so I believe so. Was it the one in the practice squad? If it was the one in the practice squad, it was the Cardinals. Yes. Easy, Dom. It's only Tuesday. I got you. It's only Tuesday. I got a few more days left. But I believe the practice squad was a Cardinals for the Edgerrin James. Oh, it was the Colts.
The Colts one.
It was, I got you.
Oh, the Colts one. Oh, the blackout helmet is, yeah, that you're right. That definitely
In
is
the
nasty,
throwbacks,
Bob.
I got you.
Yeah,
The
that
one
is
in the
nasty.
throwbacks. Thank you, guys.
That is cool.
Because I remember coming, I was like, I didn't see a Cardinals helmet on the table when I got here. I did see the Colts one.
Nobody wants to. It's okay.
Oh, no. Come on.
I understand. I'm sure Chris Fleming and Alec Kleiner out there, my feathered faithful that are a part of the UA break room as regulars, they, they enjoy a good Cardinals item every now and then. So that's about it.
Bofa. That's right. Bofa's back. 2 spots to go. We got to get both of these spots closed out in this practice squad double. 2 to go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Only 102 a spot. Bruce Smith Speed Flex, Nico Collins Authentic, DeMarcus Ware Authentic, Brett Favre Mini, Emmitt Smith Mini. Who's going to close it out? We did pull the Trey McBride. I mean, that's one Cardinal you want is Trey McBride.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, anytime that you can get the best pass catching tight end in football, you got to go do it. George Kittle, I'm looking at you. George, if you're watching, I'm calling you out. Trey
Damn.
McBride is the best pass catching. He's not the best overall tight end, but he is the best pass catching.
You're going to start a beef between Kittle
Tight
and
end.
McBride.
You know, if I have to, I have to. I'll have to pull George's hair out if I need to. So I'll give him a haircut myself.
Easy. Won't be back in the break room. Keep talking bad about him.
Bob's saying I'm here. Is George Kittle still in that? No, George, is he still in that practice? No, he's not.
Oh, we pulled the Kittle.
Yeah, the Kittle Skittle. Yeah, Bob's saying I'm here listening until the Mariners go live. So, Bob, I don't know if you're from the Pacific Northwest at all, but my girlfriend and I visited Seattle for the first time back in April.
That's Bofa.
And
Yeah.
Bofa.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it said Bob.
See, I thought it said Jerry Judy.
I thought
So
it
we're
said-
even. So we're even.
Bofa, my bad. So Bofa, not Bob. Yes. Oh, I love. Yeah. So I live in Washington. So very, very nice. So, have you ever been to the Pacific Northwest, Dom? Specifically Washington or Seattle, Spokane, anywhere up there? So my girlfriend and I went up there, dude. Like how the weather is here today. It's exactly what you got up there.
Cloudy
Like,
skies. I love it.
Cloudy. Oh, dude, it's beautiful up there. But like, I didn't expect. So when you drive in, or at least where we were driving, and it's all like, greenery, it's all forage, trees, things like that on the drive in. It almost feels like I'm driving through freaking Twilight, just watching like the B-roll of that. And then once you get in there, you pass you see Seattle Seahawks Stadium, and then you see the Mariners Stadium basically down the street from one another. And it was one of the cleanest downtown areas I've ever been in, man. Very, very cool. So I'm very pro Seattle. So.
I just seen who got in the diamonds. Jenna. Jenna's back in the break room. Jenna T.
Good to see Jenna T in here. Wow, I was not expecting Jenna T to pop in.
How you doing, Jenna? I think I might know who that is. I won't give up any secrets, but
Oh, you know who Jenna? You're familiar with Jenna T?
well, not that Jenna, but the.
Oh, how do you know Jenna? Feel free to elaborate, Dom.
All right, I worked myself in a corner here. I know who really. I know who behind the order. All right. I know who's behind the order. I'll just say that.
You worked
all right.
yourself into a Jenna corner.
Yes, I worked myself into that one. I know who's behind the order. Thank you very much, Jenna.
Man.
I appreciate that. Always good to see Jenna here in the break room.
Is it?
I'm not getting called in the principal's office, I'll tell you that much. I'm wearing all my Yanks gear.
Yeah, Jenna definitely
Praying,
is.
throwing, holy water, manifesting a win tonight. Yeah, Yankees down 2-0. They need a W.
Yeah, let's why not? Let's
or go home.
spend the as we like to call in the TV business, let's spend the B block of this segment talking about that series. So have you been able to watch much Jays and the Yankees? Shout out to my boy Wells, one of my closest friends, buddy of mine that lives up in Toronto. He bleeds Blue Jay blue. So he's had an enjoyable last couple of days. But from the Yankees perspective, if they're gonna keep this series alive tonight, Dom, against Shane Bieber, what do you think they're gonna have to do?
Hit. Score runs.
Yep.
Don't go down 11-0. We have our man TK.
All good points.
Tom Kaz. What's up, Tom? How you doing?
What's going on, Tom?
The sniper. Tom wants to know what's left in the diamonds. Diamonds are loaded right now, TK. Baker Mayfield, Eddie George, Kurt Warner, the dual sign Oilers Speedflex, Warren Moon and Earl Campbell, Jerome Bettis Speedflex, JJ McCarthy Speedflex, Drew Brees Speedflex, Julio Jones Authentic, Barry Sanders Speedflex, and the John Elway Authentic, and secondary headliners David Montgomery and Rondé Barber. Yeah, I'm a Robert. Don't give up a grand slam in the fourth again.
Well, I mean, you give a guy $500 million for a reason, right? And Vladdy Guerrero Jr. So, who, by the way, his pops is in that headliner mixer series on a helmet. So, shout out to Senior. But yeah, no, I would agree. Look, for the Yankees, they're going to have to put together a string of good at-bats against Bieber. They're going to have to go deep into the count and get into that Blue Jays bullpen pretty early. But yeah, the big boys are going to have to show up. Judge, Stanton, the guys that you leaned on to get you there. That's basically what it's going to have to come down to. But Carlos Rodon, a guy that you and I are both near and dear to. Fun fact about Rodon, I was at his no-hitter in 2021. So for me that day, if you guys ever saw a pasty little white guy crying on Barstool Sports, that was me. I actually went viral for my reaction on Barstool that night.
I have a story about that. I have season tickets that season. I went the game before because it was Shane Bieber versus Lucas Giolito. It was in April. It was freezing. So, of course, the next day, I went to a lot of games, so I was like, am I going to go to this game? I'm like, nah, because you know what? I sat in an extra inning game that was I think it was a 2-1 final. It was freezing and it was cold out.
It was.
And I was like, I'm not going to go to this game. I put them on StubHub. No one wanted them, so I just ate the tickets. And I was like, wow, I missed a no-hitter. Good news for me, though, they actually mailed me a physical copy of like the ticket. So
yep, they do that.
So I was like, cool. So evidence I was there.
Funny enough, before the COVID season started, I started becoming a regular season ticket holder, and I already got the package before, of course, the pandemic hit and took away everything. So I got a similar thing for Giolito's no hitter for season ticket holders when he threw his no hitter against Pittsburgh in 2020. But dude, let me tell you, man, I've never over a sports moment. I don't think I've ever blissfully cried so hard. I was so. In that moment, man, because us as Sox fans, we don't have a lot to be happy about these days. That was just such a euphoric moment. We were a winning team. Mercedes hit a home run early in the game. We won 8-0 in a blowout. It was just so crazy. I had all my best buddies. There was like 15 of us out in the bleachers. We're kind of like looking at each other, not being superstitious, because I look up at the scoreboard and I see it's like 30 freaking degrees in the 7th inning, and I see a 0 in the hit column for Cleveland, and I'm looking at some of my boys. I'm like, do not, because a lot of them have their girlfriends with them and everything, and they don't know obviously some of the superstitions that go behind of.
Don't talk to the pitcher. Don't mention it.
Just don't mention it. So I'm looking up there and I'm just kind of like, and then. It happened the way that it did.
All right, we got a practice squad double coming up.
Yes, sir.
Sold out. Thank you, guys. And a jersey coming up. So we'll do the practice squad first since it is the double, and then we'll do the jersey. So we'll get those ready. Thank you, guys, for closing out those breaks. Steven just got in the headliner mixer. I mean, might as well call it can't miss because you can't miss in that series, which makes sense for Steven because he is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and he has a chance to win a TJ Watt Speedflex for a fraction of the cost. I'll bring this up on the screen really fast to show off what we have in that headliner mixer. Steph Curry, Joe Burrow, Ricky Henderson, TJ Watt, David Ortiz, Vlad Guerrero, Johnny Bench, Magic Johnson, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Jamar Chase, John Smoltz, Shaq, CeeDee Lamb, Trevor Hoffman, and Allen Iverson. So if you're a Pittsburgh Steeler fan or you just love great names and headliners, headliner mixer double. But we got a practice squad and a jersey coming up.
Getting that set up for you, brother.
No problem. We'll do the practice squad first since it is a double. And if a double and single close out at the same time, we do the double first. Normally we just do that if it's the same break, the double and single, but we'll do the practice squad first and then we'll do the jersey.
James McDonough, man, he has the name of a closer.
That is a closer.
That's definitely a closer name. It's like, oh, do they have McDonough warming up in the bullpen? Well, game's over.
Yeah. Damn it, McDonough's warming up.
Good luck.
We got to score now. All righty.
Attack the setup, man.
When you see McDonough, they have Hell's Bells like Trevor Hoffman. I don't know why I put 1, excuse me. It's not practice squad double 1, guys. You can ignore that. Practice squad double 10. I forgot to add the 0. So practice squad double 10. There's Tony with 27. There's 1. Thank you, Tony. Box 27. And Tony, if you want to add the second number, more than welcome. But 27 is good to go. That is on our ticker. So I'll take that one off.
Both are ready and up for you.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, I'll change that. Oh, I love to see the aggression there, man. I mean, we talked about it earlier, Dom, about making sure that if you see something that you want to get, you go get it.
That's right.
And yeah, Jim wasting no time. Jim wasting no time. He must be a go-getter. He's not a settler like me, unfortunately. I'm a pretty big settler. It doesn't take a lot to impress me. if you can tell by the fandom of my sports teams that I settle.
Yeah, I mean,
that
we're friends. So.
sounds like
And 7. Thank you, Tony. So 27 and 7 in that practice squad.
I'm Tony Gonzalez.
All righty. Then box 7. That's right here.
27 and 7 down.
You got it.
7.
All right, Ben and Greg, first timers here in the break room. We always like to ask favorite teams, favorite players. Let us know. But thank you guys for joining us, and good luck in your first break.
Good luck.
Practice squad double. Going to speed flex in your first break. Thank you, my man. All right, let's move this football up here. Jaden Daniels won earlier in the headliner. It's going to be 12 times. As you guys see in the lower corner right here, 12 times is the dice roll for our divisions. Good luck, everybody. The randomizer is going to make a friend or two. Thank you, Tony, for the box numbers. Thank you for everyone for getting this break and closing out. Same as the jerseys as well, coming up shortly after this. And our final click. There it is. All righty. Let's copy and paste. Take you to your divisions for our practice squad double. Move the chains. Greg, NFC North. Lance, the NFC South. Tony, the NFC East. Steven, the NFC West. James, the AFC North. Ben, the AFC South. James, the AFC East. And Dustin, the AFC West. We'll start with box 7. Move the chains. Now the font's a little small, if you guys can see that. 7 out of 30. Move the chains. Let's do it.
Good luck.
Box 27 right there. That'll be right after. We're going to be down to 9 boxes left after this double. All right. We have ourselves a Pittsburgh Steeler
Hey.
and more section hit. It is cornerback, Super Bowl champion Darius Slay on the Pittsburgh Steelers jersey.
Very cool. Big
That's gonna
play.
be James McDonough, the closer. Very, very nice in the AFC North. Congratulations, Darius Slay, the newly Pittsburgh Steeler.
Well, Darius Slay didn't win it, but congrats to who won Darius Slay.
Yeah, James McDonough.
Way to go, James.
Congratulations, James, on the Darius Slay Jr. custom jersey. Nice hit. You said that closer spot, James McDonough. Taking home the iconic Steelers jersey. The first place Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, shout out to those at FD for making these, odds the way that they do. But before Sunday happened, you know that Baltimore was actually still the odds-on favorite to win the AFC North, which was pretty remarkable. However, Houston probably saw those odds going into the game and they're like, you know what? I think we're going to change everyone's perception here. So, but yeah, Pittsburgh's gotten off to a Mike Tomlin coach team. I mean, you can pencil them in for a bare minimum of 8 to 9 wins a year. But I mean, he knows what he's doing, man. As long as the defense, who started off really shaky, when they start to round into form, because their offense I think is much better than we kind of expected it to be. Because that Rodgers and Metcalf connection has been very legitimate so far. And now that they're getting some health back in their backfield with Jalen Warren coming back this week.
Good player, too.
Very good player, very versatile running back. Shout out to Steelers Nation, man. So I think that they'll be a tough out if they make the playoffs this year, which they should.
Write this out for Jim McDonough, and then we'll open our second box in this practice squad double. Nice hit, Jim. And Jim also has the AFC East, which is that Bruce Smith spot.
Indeed.
All right. So write out this Darius Slay.
First time I've seen Darius Slay in a series.
We've had him in the break room. Last season we had him on the Eagles, now on his new team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the former Lion as well. Just a damn good corner in the league for a while. Speaking of Lions, what's up, Derek? How you doing? Good afternoon. Box 27.
What's going on, Derek?
Lions fan 420. What's that 420 mean, Rob? You have to explain it.
I don't know what made him so happy on April 20th to make that his name, but hey, maybe we should all celebrate April 20th together sometime.
Looks like we have a mini helmet We'll see if it's one of the headliners.
Love ourselves a good mini.
We'll see if it's one of the headliners. And it is one of the headliners. It is the all-time leading rusher, Emmitt Smith. Going to go to Tony Gonzalez in the NFC East. Congratulations, Tony. Nice box call, box 27. The all-time leading rusher, Emmitt Smith, on the Cowboys salute to service. Very, very nice. You have the Prova. Nice hit. Congratulations, Tony.
Very good hit. So after that, Dom, now we have a 4-9 chance. In the practice squad for the ratios there. So, and on the salute to service too, man.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Emmitt Smith on the mini. Very cool.
It's
Good point.
It's Ricky Williams Day.
Derek's just a big Ricky Williams fan. Bruce is still in there, Justin. Yes, Joshua. Sorry, Joshua. Bruce Smith is still in there. And we'd have 9 boxes left with that Bruce Smith Speed Flex.
You know who that is, right? Joshua, you better get his name right.
That's the Bateman.
It's the Bateman. Yeah,
I'm Bateman.
It's the Bateman.
I'm Bateman.
By Dave.
I gotta ask Joshua. Joshua, who's your favorite Batman? I'll try to do the voice of that Batman. You know me, Rob. I'm a big time Batman fan.
By day, he fights crime. At night, he plays in break rooms. He is the Bateman.
Imagine, like, man, the Joker's robbing the bank right now. Where's Batman? Oh, he's in the break room right now. He's busy.
What is he breaking?
He's trying to win a Bruce Smith Speed Flex in that practice squad.
I mean, what else would Batman rather be doing with his free time?
Hey, you don't need Bruce Wayne money to get in that practice squad. 102 a spot in the double, 51 a spot in the single.
Wow. Okay. Transitions today have been on point, man.
You think?
All you're missing is that Collinsworth slide, and you're good.
Well, here's a guy, Rob.
Well, here's a guy.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy, Dom.
Kevin Conroy, that's the OG. That's a legend.
Well, here's the guy, Dom, where, he might be mini on his helmet, but he was great in stature and in this box score. And great in impact, too.
Yeah, here's a guy, Emmitt Smith, the all-time leader rusher.
If you listen to that Sunday night game with Mike Tirico, I don't know how you can't be a fan of Chris Collinsworth.
I love Collinsworth.
I love Collinsworth. I always have. I've never understood the bad rap that he gets. I never understood it.
I like both with the OG Kevin Conroy from the animated series. That series is goated. Joshua with the Michael Keaton. I love Michael Keaton. Batman Returns. That's my favorite Batman movie. Batman Returns.
Really?
He had a subtle. He was more of like, I'm Batman. Like where Christian Bale was like, I'm Batman.
Yeah, he really.
Keaton was like, cool.
Did you watch the newest one with Robert Pattinson?
That one's good.
Now, I was going to say cinematography wise, that one I think clears. And like, if you want to talk about Gotham being this dark, ugly, very noir type of setting, that's exactly what the Robert Pattinson Batman is, which, by the way, I think is dropping in October of next year.
27.
Yeah. Oh, is it 27 now? Oh, I thought it was October of 26. Well, that's disappointing.
Drop me a box number for the jersey, please. Angie, Gavin, or James. I'll do the Collinsworth slide to grab that jersey. That diamond's going to move, Jeremy.
Well, here's a break. Okay, so shout out to Lance and Tom Kaz. Kaz getting into the single diamond to bring that bad boy down to 5.
There you go.
And Lance, the always hungry Lance Abbott, going after another series here, the double box break in the diamond series.
Heck yeah. So the diamond's moving, Jeremy.
Both now at 5.
Both at 5 to go. It's the best bang for your buck in the break room. Authentics are better in every single box. I know Jeremy's a big-time Detroit Lion fan, so I can guess what Jeremy's chasing in this series, Barry Sanders. And in that double, get Barry Sanders and David Montgomery. Or if you like your values and you want to go on a nice little vacation, win that J.J. McCarthy Speed Flex in.
I like vacation.
You can sell it for north of $1,000 or trade it for another Lion Speed Flex or whoever your favorite team is. Or if you're a Viking fan, you're like, no, I want the future of my Minnesota Vikings. There you go, J.J. McCarthy, who his first career start in the NFL, NFC Player of the Week. He should be back pretty soon, right? I think it was, only 2 to 4 weeks was diagnosis for J.J. McCarthy, so...
I think it was the lower body injury that he had going on.
Like ankle, right? Wasn't like a...
I will say, and I'm not going to say this very often, but a nice non-mistake drive by Carson Wentz that ended up leading to a comeback victory against Cleveland. So against Cleveland, take that for what you will. Still an excellent defense for the Browns. But, Carson Wentz, I think, has shown that he could be a serviceable backup quarterback in the league. So he still has very Carson Wentz-y tendencies because he sometimes has Gorilla Glue with his hand in the football sometimes. But, I was actually pleasantly surprised watching that game. I was here Sunday morning with my man Alex Neatling. And, I was pretty impressed with Wentz.
That guy, Alex... who's feeling pretty confident about his Detroit Lions.
As he should. I mean, you guys got to have a little side sum going on between the Packers and Lions atop the NFC North. So
it's heated between me and Alex right now.
Let me know how the playoff race goes in the NFC. I'll be waving at you from the bottom. So.
You're not out of it yet, all right? You're not out of it yet.
Dude, we are so cooked.
Not yet.
We are so we are going. Cardinals are going extinct it's bad, man. It's bad juju, and we get the Colts coming up this week, who have been, I mean, you talk about just based off of vibes. Man, their vibes are at an all-time high. 4-1. Oh my! They beat the ever-living you-know-what out of Las Vegas. What was it 40-6?
40-6.
Geno Smith, the $85 million man, not looking so pretty for him and Pete Carroll to start their tenure in Las Vegas.
No, looks like Daniel Jones. We always get a quarterback that seems to be, cast off. This guy's done. And then each season there's a quarterback kind of reinvents their career. This year it's Daniel Jones. Last season it was Sam Darnold. A few years ago it was Baker Mayfield, who's in this Diamond Series.
Yep.
This double 206 a spot. Not only can you get Baker Mayfield, how about Baker Mayfield and Drew Brees on that beautiful Speed Flex Chrome? Baker Mayfield, Drew Brees, two undersized quarterbacks. That's what they'll tell you. 6 foot, which I'll tell you that probably 5'11", those guys. 5'10", maybe.
On a good day.
Yeah. They always give them an extra couple inches or so. On my UA baseball card, it says I'm 6'2". That was my call.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
It's accurate, I would say.
I had when I was getting my ID, and they're like, "What's your weight and what's your height?"
What's your listed position on your UA baseball card?
Gadget running back.
Gadget running back on your UA baseball card.
Like a Darren Sproles type?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Danny Woodhead?
Special teams expert Danny Woodhead. Yeah, a little Rex Burkhead in there.
Rex Burkhead. Nebraska, baby.
That's crazy. A little James White action. I'm just naming former Patriots running backs.
Could have been Super Bowl MVP, James White.
Could have, yeah. Very well could have been. Yeah, I'm more of a Larry Garcia type, super utility. So, shout out to my man Larry. But
come on,
yeah, you can
hit that home run.
You can place me anywhere, and I will get the job done. Not necessarily exceptionally well done, but I will get the job done at the end of the day. Just like how we're getting close to getting the job done in this Diamond Series.
Yes, sir. I'm showing off this diamond. I'm still waiting for a box number for the jersey. Excuse me. I have not seen a box number. So Angie, Gavin, or James. Sorry about that. I will go to the wheel. I think I gave him plenty enough time. I gave him so much time, I forgot I gave him so much time.
The clock forgot that it was even running with how much time you gave it.
Sorry, that's a delay game on me. 5-yard penalty. That's my bad, guys. All righty. So I guess I'll get that wheel out of... Actually, these are jerseys. You only got 4 more. I get the picker wheel. So some extra time. You guys got until that picker wheel's ready. That is, and let me just confirm those boxes. 12, 13, 14, 18. So I'll give you guys some extra time, but once I have this picker wheel ready, 12, 13, 14, and 18. All righty. Any box number sent in the chat is now invalid. It's for the jerseys. $18, Rob, looks like, for our jersey break. Thank you very much. Down to our last 3 boxes. Gracias. Put Emmett on the table. All-time leading rusher. We'll keep him up here.
Looks good next to the football.
Uh-huh.
You know who else is going to join them right there, Dom? Feel like we're going to... every good running back needs an even better coach. So let's pull out the coach. I feel like it's Ditka time. Get the coach. I'd like to see Mike.
Mike Ditka, Earl Campbell, headliners left. Maybe the Mike Ditka jersey comes with some pot roast nachos. You ever go to Ditka's as a kid? The restaurant?
I've never been to Ditka's. I've been to Michael Jordan Steakhouse, but I've never been to Ditka's.
You ever go to the Michael Jordan restaurant?
Yes.
Like 20-something years ago when it was
Once when I was younger.
I'm aging myself here. I gotta stop doing that. It's like, man, Dom's old. Yeah, that's right. If I was a running back, my team will cut me. And the final click. There it is. All righty. Gavin, Angie, and James. What's up, Gavin? First time in the break room. I always like to ask favorite teams, favorite players. Let us know. Angie, how you doing, Angie? Angie's one of my break room favorites. So, James, you have, well, I guess I'll start off with the non-James McDonough spots. Gavin, you have the NFC South. Angie, you have the AFC West. James, It's not the 1 and 4, but you have everything else, my friend. NFC North, NFC East, NFC West, the AFC North, the South, and the East. Here we go. So James has the headliner spots. Box 18, courtesy of our wheel. And we have ourselves, it's from the and more section.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to be a hit for James. Navarro Bowman, former linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. Him and Patrick Willis was a nice 1-2 combo. As a Packer fan, we lost a few playoff games to this team right here. Navarro Bowman, very nice. James McDonough in the NFC West. Nice hit. Injuries cut his career way too short. A damn good hit. There you go.
Yeah, unfortunately, the line of, like you said, that linebacker core can say the same thing about Patrick Willis as well in those 2010s. So won a Super Bowl together, I believe, right? Did they end up?
Lost to the Ravens.
Lost to the Ravens. That's right. That was a 2011. My mistake. That was that was when the lights went out at the Superdome. That Super Bowl.
Joe Flacco's in the news today.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm repping the Flacco's newest team. So I was actually watching. I saw on my timeline this morning a Navarro Bowman pick 6 in primetime from that year. So funny that he actually gets pulled out today because I was not expecting to see him, Mr. Navarro Bowman. But very nice hit, James. Very, very nice hit.
3 boxes left. Mike Ditka, Earl Campbell jerseys, and one from the and more section. Robert says, I have a feeling the Bears will be one of the last jerseys pulled. Well, it will be one of the last jerseys because we only have 3 boxes left. Will it be the last jersey? We'll see. Nice jersey, says Lance. Yes, sir. What's going on, Lance? How you doing? He said Lance was in those diamonds, the best bang for your buck in the break room. Lance knows a good break when he sees one.
Yes, he does.
Thank you, Mr. Abbott. How you doing on this Tuesday, my brother? We'll write this out. Navarro Bowman. Pretty damn good hit for the and more section jersey break.
I would agree.
A guy who gave me and my Packers a few nightmares throughout the years. Jaden Daniels football we pulled earlier in the headliner mixer series. Plenty of headliners still left in that series. Steph Curry, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Joe Burrow, TJ Watt. Could we see him in the very next break? I'll write this out for James McDonough.
So, Dom, we have a black box jersey mystery box series that has been bought into. So, is that a type of series where we end up sending that out, or is that one that we're going to do on air?
So, that's a personal. We can open that. Personal. Is that for the timeout?
That is for the timeout, correct.
So, we have... Actually, should have been taken down, but that's one. So, take down that. We'll do this personal. And take it down, because then we're down to 2 boxes left. We'll close it out with the break. So, we'll do this personal, and then if you could take down make the personals...
Gotcha.
Put them in the draft since we are going to only have 2 boxes left. We'll do that personal.
Good.
You can do that
first order 2 from Mr. Matt Meza.
All right. Hell yeah.
Very, very cool.
You said Matt?
Matt, yes.
What's up, Matt? How you doing? Well, Matt, we have 3 boxes left for those jerseys, 2 headliners, which you buy a personal, the goal is always to win a headliner. You know you're going to walk away with something, but you want to walk away with a headliner. So... I'll think these guys did this. I'll take that out. If you could put that in the personals page whenever you had the chance.
Yes, sir. And
we can do that. I don't see Matt in the chat. If he's with us, Matt, let us know what jersey number you would like. 12, 13, or 14. We only have 3 boxes left. We'll give Matt a few seconds if he's not watching right now. I'm going to show off what we have here in the break room. Jerseys currently are not sold out, Robert. We're going to do a jersey personal right now, and then we have the jersey breaks up on the site. We're going to do a personal, and that's going to leave us with 2 more boxes. But the jerseys are not sold out just yet. I'm going to do a top to bottom rundown and show off what we have in the break room. The best bang for your buck in the break room, no doubt about it. The Authentic Helmet Diamond Series, guys. Authentics are better in every single box. If you want to get the most value, go to the Diamonds. Authentics or Speed Flexes. Baker Mayfield, Eddie George, Kurt Warner, War Moon, Earl Campbell, Speed Flex, Jerome Bettis, Speed Flex, JJ McCarthy, Speed Flex, Drew Brees, Speed Flex. Then we have Julio Jones, Barry Sanders, Speed Flex, and John Elway. We got spots taken in the double, spots taken in the single. So I know people, they want to do the diamonds. I love the jerseys, Rob. But if you want to get the best value in the break room, get in the diamonds. Authentics are better in every single box in this series. And we have double up opportunities. That doubles 5 to go. If you're in the double, not in the single, and you're chasing a specific item, I'm guessing maybe the Barry Sanders, the Jerome Bettis, the Houston Oiler double sign. Well, you want the break that you're in to close out first. Because let's say you're in the double and the single closed out first, and that helmet that you're chasing comes out in that single, well, you're SOL.
Yep.
That helmet's gone. So maybe think about getting a spot in that single if you don't already. Same if you have a spot in the single and not a spot in the double. Because that double, there's two chances that your helmet might get sniped. And you don't want that to happen.
No, you definitely don't want to be in Club SOL.
No.
You want to be in Club WIN for sure. So there you go.
What? Huh?
I'm not a big acronym guy. I'm just
Yeah.
a big spelling out what you want to go after type of guy. So no spelling bees needed here. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of opportunities, like you said, especially in double ups. I mean, we have so many headliners left. I mean, especially in the, I know you just went over it, but in the Diamonds 13 to 23, but specifically in the headliners, man. Headliner Mixer Series. We have 16 of them things. 16 photoed headliners and secondary headliners combined, 23 overall. And in so many different areas as well in terms of double up opportunities by sport and by player as well. So very, very cool. Nice variety going on in there as well. So just getting you an update, Dom, on what we are closest to for right now.
Yes.
We have 4 spots left in the doubles for the Mixer Series, as I alluded to. Same thing for the, and then we have 5 as well in the Mixer Series, 5 in the doubles for the Diamonds, 5 in the singles for the Diamonds. So as I like to say it, anytime that we are around 4 to 5 guys, that means we're in the red zone. I like to say 4 or 3 left, we're kind of in the red zone. If we get down to 1 or 2, we are on the goal line. As soon as you guys are on the goal line, tush push each other and, get inside of the end zone and get into those breaks. So those are always the ones that we'd like to look out for.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, normally when there's 2 boxes left, we like to close it out with the breaks. But we do have a personal to do so.
Yeah.
That is Matt. And, just in case if those jerseys get hot, which 2 boxes left and after his personal, they might, we'll do the personal now so this does not get lost since Matt bought his personal.
It's the personal out there.
Mm-hmm. So, Matt, if you're watching, we'll give you a couple seconds if you want to drop a box number. Your options are 12, 13, or 14. If not, we'll go to the picker wheel and we'll do this break right here. But good luck, Matt. Your first order with us in the break room. Guaranteed a W with the personals. No, it's a good question, Robert. Very, very good question. If you want to get all 8 spots in a break, it's kind of like buying a personal right there. Guaranteed to win. So if you kind of want to, have a personal without technically doing the personal, just 8 spots in those breaks. I did that yesterday. There you go. You already got it. You know what to do. All righty. So let me take 18. We're going to use the picker wheel for Matt. Matt Mazza. And it's going to be box 14. All righty. So let me take 14 off of here. Let's just grab that. I got you. All right. So let me take 14 off the ticker. And we'll see. All right. So good luck, Matt. Box 14, timeout jersey. Do we have a headliner? Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay.
And
Is it
it
the
is
man?
The coach.
Woo! There
Mike
we go.
Dicka going to Matt Mazza. His first order in the break room. He gets a personal, and when you get a personal, the goal is to win a headliner, and that's what Matt just did.
Way to go, Matty.
The Hall of Fame tight end, the legendary coach for the Chicago Bears. A very, very Very nice. I know he's more iconic for being a coach, but he's a Hall of Fame tight end. He's not in the Hall of Fame for being a coach. He's in the Hall of Fame for being a badass football player. This is the football jersey right here. Nice hit. Matt's got to get the cigar, the celebrate, the sweater vest, the mustache.
Yeah, I mean, he's, certainly one of the more recognizable football players and coaches of all time. So very, very nice hit there. And what a way to start yourself in the break room, man. Getting yourself in here with a legend such as DeKoch. I mean, we live in the Chicagoland area, so we know how appreciated Mike Ditka is around these parts. So, but just talking about his playing career overall, Dom, he was really one of the first elite pass catching tight ends.
I believe 1,000 yards his rookie season as a tight end. Back in the day where tight ends, just block.
Yeah, for his playing career, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, and you are correct. 1,000 yards in his rookie season with 12 touchdowns for the Chicago Bears back in 1961. Mm-hmm. What a year, 1961.
I remember that year,
yeah, I remember it vividly.
A lot of fun.
I remember 1961 for something different. That is the summer of 61 between Mantle and Maris and their home run race. 61 being one of my favorite baseball movies. Shout out
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal movie with Thomas Jane and Barry Pepper playing Roger Maris. And I mean, you talk about the casting being spot on for those guys. Billy Crystal hit the nail on the head with the casting.
That movie
for Mantle and Maris.
Very good. Mm-hmm. 61.
I would argue and say it's the most underrated baseball movie ever because you talk about The Sandlot, The Natural, Major League, Moneyball, all phenomenal in their own rights. But I think that 61 is on par with any one of them, especially if you're a Yankees fan. You definitely have to love 61.
Absolutely. 61, Billy Crystal special. Great movie right there. Congratulations to Matt winning the Mike Ditka jersey. All righty. What do you guys want to do next? I know what I want to do next. The diamonds. 5 to go on the diamond single, 5 to go on the diamond double, or 4 to go on the throwbacks and alternates, which is the Chase Wheelspin for this show, which means, guys, we got to close this out or no Chase Wheelspin. I love giving away company money. I do. I can't do that unless you do a Chase Wheelspin. So let's close out that throwbacks and alternates. So we have an Emmitt Smith mini, a Lawrence Taylor mini, getting that double. And get both of those minis. We're 5 to go on a double box break for the headliners. This series absolutely loaded with headliners. Makes sense. Headliner mixer. Steph Curry, Joe Burrow, licensed jersey, by the way, the Joe Burrow. Ricky Henderson on that beautiful custom. TJ Watt, Speed Flex, David Ortiz bat, Vlad Guerrero, Johnny Bench, Magic Johnson, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, Jamar Chase, John Smoltz, Shaq, CeeDee Lamb, Trevor Hoffman, and Allen Iverson. Jerseys, just Earl Campbell, 2 boxes left. Earl Campbell is the only headliner. And the throwbacks and alternates, there's my man Chris Ripka. What's up, Chris? Always good to have Chris Ripka back in the break room. We have 7 boxes, 3 headliners, Chris. Lawrence Taylor mini, Barry Sanders authentic, and an Emmitt Smith mini, which is not on here, but trust me, Emmitt Smith mini is in this series. I know it's on the listing, which is a double up. Emmitt and Lawrence Taylor. Those are the breaks right now. We're close on the diamonds. We're close on a throwback and alternate. Close on a headliner double. What's going to be next? All 4 of these breaks will happen during this show because I know you guys don't want to wait till 6 p.m. to see your break happen. I get it. You never lose your spot here in the break room. But if you're in a diamond, and let's say you're going for the Barry Sanders Speed Flex or Jerome Bettis Speed Flex, if there's a diamond Speed Flex at stake, well, I'm a little antsy. I like to pace when I get nervous, Rob. So if I'm in a diamond break with a Speed Flex on the line, I want to see that close out right now because I'll be pacing back and forth until that series is closed out. I'll be too nervous.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's talk about the Diamond Series specifically since you have, I mean, we can go on either one. Which one do you want to go into, single or double? Because I have 2 different routes we can go for this.
Whichever one loads first on my screen.
All right, let's do the double. So let's see whose processor goes through faster first.
All right.
There we go. So, yeah, looks like you're going to beat me on there. So, talking about the doubles, obviously for those that understand that have been here for quite a while, a double box break, meaning that obviously 2 come out at once, and then you have a very good chance of having some double up potential opportunities for you. So you have double ups all across the board that you can look into. For example, JJ McCarthy and Barry Sanders on their respective speed flexes that you're able to get into. That's pretty ridiculous, guys. $206. Now, we all have our own price ranges and what $206 means to us. To me, that means I have to dip into my savings. To you, it's something that you probably tip at, your local diner. I'm not exactly sure, but whatever it might be for you guys, $206 is by far worth the value if you end up getting into a series like this and you have a chance to double up. Like I said, Barry Sanders and JJ McCarthy, those are just some of the headliners that you can do. Looking across the board here, going into the NFC South, you have Baker Mayfield. And is Julio Jones still available? He definitely is.
Yes, he is.
On the Authentics. So that's another. And these are just headliners, guys, that we have an opportunity to do so. And it's not very often, I would say, Dom, that you have an opportunity to, for $206, pair two photoed headliners together in the same series for that low of a cost.
Quick question for you. Nobody just got a headliner package, right? Just got to answer a message really fast. No, right? Just if you haven't seen anything.
No, so okay. I was gonna ask you about no, it's just the Jersey Mystery Timeout series.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Yep.
No, Luke just asked a message. So I just want to answer him.
Yeah,
but like
absolutely.
you said, man, that diamond loaded right now.
Yeah, we have a lot of other goodies in that diamond as well. So you guys feel free to let us know in the chat. Please take the roadmap from Dom and I. We are just your tour guides to getting yourself through the break room. Obviously, if you are here, if you are putting money into these specific breaks, you clearly have a team or an eyeball on something. So if you want Dom and I to break down the ratios of what your exact chances are, like for example, this Diamond Series, we have 13 of these headliners that Dom has pulled up in front of you, some photoed, some being secondary, but there's 23 boxes in total. So you still have many, many more possibilities, or as we like to say in Illinois here, the possibilities are endless for the Powerball, and it's applicable the same way here in the break room. So the only way that you can figure out what is inside of these breaks is by taking a chance. Take a step on the wild side with Dom and I. So Dom and I don't like to get too crazy on Tuesday afternoons. I think we like to save that after, for me specifically, Sunday night. Sunday night football is after that's all done. I like to, get on my Sunday night wild side. Or if you're Robbie Lopez, in his After Dark show, as he likes to call them, the Midnight Maniacs.
Midnight Maniacs. That's right. Yeah. Here's the throwbacks and alternates. Lawrence Taylor, Barry Sanders, and Emmitt Smith. I know Chris was just asking about this. I couldn't remember if I answered Chris. Well, sorry about that, Chris, if I did not answer you right away. But the throwback and alternates, 7 boxes left, 3 headliners, Emmitt Smith, Lawrence Taylor, and the throwback Barry Sanders. On that throwback, Barry Sanders, the one where he dominated in the 90s. Got to write out this jersey for Matt, our first timer.
Good. I know we were talking about Trevor Hoffman coming into the show, Dom, but how about a big shout out to Mr. Robert Hoffman? Getting himself into, let me get this back up for you really quick to figure out what to do with this bad boy. He just got into the autographed full-size authentic helmet mystery box series. So that's another personal.
We
correct?
did not break that on
That's
this show.
Sent out.
That's
yeah.
the shipping just sends that out.
Sweet.
But you will have a authentic helmet coming your way, possibly maybe a Speed Flex.
Way to go. If there's any, Robert, if you're tuning in, any relation to Trevor, feel free to let us know. Tell him I said hi. And if he wants to send anything as a gift here to the UA studios, I'll be glad to send you the address.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm a huge Trevor Hoffman fan. So
Hell's Bells.
So Hell's Bells. Yeah, and shout out to, speaking about bringing hell, how about the former, obviously, Hall of Famer as a Padre, but former Brewer, giving a little some to the boys on the north side here in Chicago under the Cubs, up 2-0 after a dominant victory yesterday. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, I'm a front runner. But you know what? It's fine, Dom. It's fine. I know what shirt you're wearing under there.
I got my 05 White Sox,
yes. Yeah, I know. It's okay. You can, I can understand we got that covered up. You can't be so proud of it with how our boys are right now. But, we're Brewers fans for the next couple of days here.
So technically, Robert, you are right. We do have that option. But for that series, that is the only series that we do not open live on air. So that gets sent out by just our shipping department. So we do not open that on air, which actually gives me an idea. Maybe we should take that off of the Authentics because I can see why that might be a little confusing. So that's our apologies, Robert, but we do not open the Authentics on the air. The college ones? Yeah, we'll open these on air. College reps, which we still have plenty. These are the headliner package, guys. If you're it hasn't been your day in the breaks. And you're like, well, I got to leave here with something. Here's the personals. You know you're walking away with somebody, but you don't know who you're going to walk away with. Vince Young, Drake London, Warren Moon, AJ Green, Colston Loveland, LaShawn McCoy, Tim Brown, Michael Vick, Johnny Manziel, Joe Theismann, Thurman Thomas, and secondary headliners Ozzie Newsome and Javon Curse. Can't wait to see what I get. Yeah, it's going to be a great item. A great item. That series is awesome. I'll show it off on the screen if anyone else is interested, but I don't know who's available in this series, but Authentics are better in every box, so pretty damn good names.
Yeah, definitely. Just quick question for you, Dom, just to make sure. Just in the winner's sheet, do I drop Robert in there?
No, the shipping department handles this one.
Sweet, sounds good. Just want to make sure. So, guys, we are a little bit more than a half an hour to go. Plus, we obviously want to stay on, Dom and I, with you as long as humanly possible leading up to the 6 o'clock show with Common and Chev and myself. But that's all determined on you guys. So we've kind of given you a little bit of updates on where we currently are. Dom and I both know that if we can get one of these series, and we're at 5-4 in multiple series that we have active here. So if we can get all of those 3 and under, then we can definitely see some really good movements. So what was the Chase Wheel spin today? The throwbacks?
Throwbacks and alternates. I just dropped that link in the chat. We are 4 spots to go for the double. Close out the double, get your name in twice. And I'm going to drop the links for the diamonds. Single and the double. We are both 5 to go on each one. I want to knock out all these series. We're on the doorstep. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's not just save all those home runs for the baseball game.
No, let's not do that. Which, by the way, for those that are looking to tune into Seattle and Detroit, talk about getting spanked with rain. So they were originally supposed to start at around 3:30 today Central Time. They're going to be about 3 hours delayed. So they're looking to get started at 6:30 Central Time.
Yes, so it says delayed, right? 6:30 Central Time?
6:30 Central Time. Yeah, which is going to now line up with the Blue Jays and Yankees.
Pitch. Yeah. There you
go. Charles asking if I like the movie Bull Durham. I do.
Yeah.
I do like Bull Durham. It's not one of my, I would say, top 3 baseball movies, but I do enjoy it. I think the comedy and writing in there are fantastic. So what's up, Nelly? What do you got for me?
Kevin Costner, one of the best athlete actors. Sometimes when you have a movie and someone's playing an athlete, the actor, you could tell, just never did anything athletic in their life ever. So you're like, ooh, that's not good. Kevin Costner, whether it's a baseball movie, he's done a few baseball movies. What's the golf one? Tin Cup.
Tin Cup, Field of Dreams.
Yeah, he's an athlete,
yeah.
Kevin Costner.
For sure.
Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, For the Love of the Game, where he's the pitcher for the Detroit Tigers.
That was a good one, too. I like For the Love of the Game.
Maybe he's on the mound today for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, they might need him. Yeah, I don't think... I'm trying to think of...
Jack Flaherty, I think, is on
Flaherty and Logan Gilbert
yeah.
getting activated off the injured list to make a Game 3 start for Seattle. So really good series there, too. Great come from behind win from Detroit in Game 1. Much needed bounce back from Seattle in Game 2. So that's definitely going to be a good-looking series. We already talked about the Jays and Yanks a little bit. So we have some connections to the Jays and Yankees in the Headline Mixer series. More rivals or relatives than anything else. We have David Ortiz, Big Poppy, baby, who's actually previewing on Fox Sports with Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez.
Yankees lose.
Yankees lose. And Vladimir Guerrero Sr., who... By the way, these kids these days just don't know how good Vladimir Guerrero Sr. was.
Speaking of golf... Yeah, the golf swing. Man, you're throwing a pitch in the dirt. No pitch was safe from Vlad Guerrero Sr.
His strike zone was anytime the ball came out of the pitcher's hands. Could have been 20 feet high, 20 feet low, didn't matter. Definitely, like you said, had to bring out the pitching wedge a couple of times, to say the least.
Just a throwback, too. No batting gloves, had all the pine tar on the helmet and the bat. A throwback player. They don't make him like Vladdy Guerrero Sr. anymore. Probably a proud papa watching Junior hit that grand slam game. Him and David Ortiz got to be enjoying the series. You said it, though. Rivals and relatives. That could be a title of a series in the break room. Rivals and relatives. I like that.
Ooh, okay. We're going to have to pitch that to the... might have to throw that into the old Slack chat. But, I mean, a Hall of Famer for Vladdy. One of my favorite teams to watch growing up, at least once I was a big gaming kid.
Spose?
So I used I was a big Spose guy. So
good documentary coming out in next week, I believe, on Netflix.
Yeah, very good plug. Yeah, so so number 27, Vladimir Guerrero from 96 to 03 with the Expos. So he was their second to last year before they eventually relocated to the nation's capital before the 2005 season. And then, of course, you and I got pretty familiar with Guerrero in 2005.
I was nervous.
In the American League Championship Series, Anaheim Angels and the Chicago White Sox. We all know how that went. Sorry, Angels fans, but he was a guy that I mean, he was somebody that you circled the scouting report around every single time.
Yes.
I mean, he had greats in front of him, behind him too. Garrett Anderson, Tim Salmon, Troy Glaus, some great power hitters
Garrett
of those
Anderson.
era. Yeah.
The home run derby champion. When it was at the time, U.S. Cellular Field
for the
Sox
All-Star
Park.
game. 03?
Hell yeah. Garrett Anderson. And you remember the hero of that game?
In the 03 All-Star game or the home run derby?
The game.
I can't actually, no.
Hank Blaylock
Enlighten me. Hank Blaylock.
hit the go-ahead home run when it was tied.
Dude, Hank Blaylock was, I love me some, those Rangers teams right around the time A-Rod left, because you had a young Mark Teixeira, eventually Alfonso Soriano.
Sorry, yeah, in that trade.
Who eventually got in the trade that got sent from, of course, New York to Texas. So those were fun times. Michael Young, of course, multiple
Michael Young.
batting title champion. I remember watching some. So I went to a lot of Sox games, as you did, of course, during that time period. Man, those Rangers teams could hit. You eventually had a young Ian Kinsler.
Yep.
That would come up. Obviously, Elvis Andrus, White Sox and Rangers connection there. So, no, man, fun times. Josh Hamilton, of course, the 2010 AL MVP. Josh Hamilton. So it's funny, we actually had a Josh Hamilton conversation a little bit before we got on air. So this is why I enjoy the Mixer series, man. It just includes many more conversations. I mean, even on top of that, too, I mean, we obviously love to talk football with you guys, college and the pros, but also we get a little bit of basketball, too. Basketball is not too far around the corner down in the Headline Mixer series, and I don't think there's a bigger name in the NBA that you could start off a Headline or Mixer series with than Steph Curry, the greatest, as Stephen A. Smith likes to say on ESPN, the greatest shooter that God has ever created, as he continues to say it in like Steph's 16th season. Like, okay, we know. We know, dude, but you can't understate it, man. He's got the jersey in that series. And then you got Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kevin Durant as well as photoed headliners. So are you excited going into the NBA season?
Yeah, I'm an NBA fan. I wish, the Bulls were a little better, but I've been saying that for the past 20-something years.
Yep.
Big time Steph Curry fan. The last Bulls game I went to, it was the Warriors and the Bulls.
Nice.
And I made sure I was there early because you want to see the show. Before the show, Steph Curry warming up always puts on a show for the fans. And he hit one. He was just
half court.
He was like sitting down, like dribbling, showing off, doing what Steph Curry does, and he just like shot one sitting down in the corner on the bench, and it went in, and the whole place goes, wow. I swear I saw a few people just leave. I think they only paid to see Steph Curry warm up. That's how good and iconic Steph Curry is.
It's funny you mentioned that, Matt, because one of the last Bulls games I went to, so this was about 2 years ago, and it was with a buddy of mine. He had a really good connection with some reps at FanDuel, so we ended up getting into a box suite. And funny enough, Eddie Curry at halftime ended up showing up, and he was chilling with us for a little bit. And you want to talk about a guy who's built like a diesel truck? I mean, Eddie Curry is a massive human being, really big heart too, really cool guy, Eddie Curry. But so we get there, and it's a Lakers and Bulls game, and we get there about an hour 45, 2 hours before the game, like you said, Dom, when you went. But LeBron playing that night for the Lakers, I have never seen a visiting tunnel or a visiting player get as much attention as LeBron. I mean, there had to be thousands of people just around the visitors tunnel waiting for him to come out. So I'm sure there were thousands, and I would go as far as to say millions of people today were expecting what LeBron's announcement was going to be this morning. I don't know if you saw all
I just assumed it was going to be an ad for something. So.
And it was.
Okay.
It was a Hennessy promotion for his new Hennessy line that he's dropping. So, Charles, what's going on, man? So in the opening scene of Bull Durham, the baseball. Oh, on Annie's Mirrors, dude, that is cool. I did not know that. Is Brian Snicker?
That is cool. I didn't know that.
Who was the manager of the Durham Bulls at the time? So shout out to Brian Snicker. You drink for free today, my man. Recent retiree of the Atlanta Braves. He was in their system for about 50 years. He did just about every coaching position there was imaginable through the Braves system. Obviously, Charles, the former Braves connection himself. So Brian's got to be a legend in the Atlanta organization, the championship manager of the Braves on that 2021 Atlanta Braves championship run. So
he's done, right?
He is retiring. So I don't know if he's taking a role inside of the Braves organization or if he's just stepping away from the game. But I mean, you talk about a baseball lifer. That's who Brian Snicker was. So very, very cool fact there, Charles. I did not know that.
Headliner Mixer. Plenty of headliners in this series. Basketball, baseball, and football. We have it all in this series. I talked about it in the earlier show. I went to a Brewers game before the Brewers got good. This was in May before they really went on that run. They're playing the Twins. Joe Ryan, 3-0 shutout. I was so amazed on how many Giannis Antetokounmpo jerseys were at. I still call it Miller Park. I know it's like family insurance something, blah, blah, blah. It's Miller Park. I was so shocked at how many jerseys, Giannis jerseys, were at Miller Park, and not Milwaukee Bucks jerseys. Milwaukee Brewer jerseys. That's when you know you are a Wisconsin legend, when They're buying the baseball jersey for a basketball player.
I mean, there was a lot of discourse going on this past summer of Giannis. Where is he going to stay in the green and black, or is he going to take his talents to greener pastures? No pun intended. But no, I mean, obviously they did the smart thing by keeping him because he's a guy that is. You talk about a great story. A kid that came over from Greece. He didn't pick up a basketball until he was 15 years old when he played in Greece. So just 3 years from when he got drafted. As you talk about the ultimate project player to take a chance on in the lottery, that's exactly what Milwaukee did in 2015. And obviously, we've seen the results, but I mean, he's a guy that's called Milwaukee home. He has multiple businesses in the Milwaukee area. They call it the Deer District up there for a reason. They should call it the Giannis District because that's the reason why you're going to Bucks games these days, unless you're a Lakers fan still holding out hope for Kyle Kuzma. So,
That, I don't know about that.
Well, Milwaukee's going to be in an interesting spot this year because you were talking about the Bulls, which, by the way, I made my starting 5 predictions. I'd like to do this every year for futures. I take 5 future win totals for the entire year, and the Bulls were actually one of them, believe it or not. I got them at 32 total victories. So
Now, I'm not just going to say this because he's in the break room right now.
Say it.
About Giannis, but you look at the Eastern Conference.
Oh, boy.
Celtics are injured. The 76ers, I'm not picking them to win anything.
They're always injured.
The Cavs, they had injuries in the postseason. They're probably the favorite in the East right now.
Them and the Knicks.
The best player in the East by far is Giannis Antetokounmpo. If he goes on a legendary run like he did a few years ago to lead the Bucks to the finals, their odds right now to win the East, pretty damn good. And you're betting the best player in the East.
I was at that Antetokounmpo game where he had the game-winning block.
Yeah.
I was up there in the Deer District when that
In the
happened.
finals?
Yeah, I was up there when that happened
Legendary.
against the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, the Drew Holiday steal and Devin
Legendary.
Booker, and then Giannis pinning him to the glass. So I agree. I mean, their win total is set at about 42 right now, and that's I think 40 of those wins are put into Giannis, just being able to do a massive carry job. But for me, I mean. My sleeper East team this year for my buddies that I talk basketball with all the time. I love Orlando. I think Orlando is a sleeping giant with the acquisition of Desmond Bane. But I think Giannis is going to give them a good run for their money. But how about the guys out west that we have in the Mixer series? Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. Obviously, Durant at the end of his career trying to add one last ring to his resume. He's gotten himself into a really good situation, Dom, with the Houston Rockets. So they're projected for about 52 total victories. But the Rockets are dangerous, man. Alperen Şengün, the emerging Amen Thompson, very good coach in Ime Udoka. Durant, as we talked about, one of the greatest scorers in basketball history, even at age 37, 38. And then Steph Curry, of course, as I like to call the unction of these Golden State Warriors. Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Steph Curry. They just brought back Jonathan Kuminga. Obviously, Steve Kerr is an all-world head coach. So how much... The biggest question is here, Dom, and I'll pose this to you since both of these guys are in our Headline Mixer series for you at home that are wondering to get into this series. Who do you think is going to make a deeper run? Would you, if you had to put your UA cash on something here, would you put it on Houston making a deeper run with Durant or Golden State a deeper run with Curry?
Really fast for Joshua. Bruce Smith is still available in that practice squad. 9 boxes, 4 headliners. Bruce Smith Speed Flex, Nico Collins Authentic, DeMarcus Ware Authentic, and a Brett Favre Mini. I would feel a lot more confident in the Rockets if Van Vliet didn't go down with his season-ending injury.
That hurts. Yeah, that hurts. However, I will say to people that have said that I think it actually leaves the door wide open for Reed Shepherd, their number 3 overall pick from 2 years ago, who looked really good in preseason the other night. He brings a level of shooting to their starting lineup that they desperately need. Amen Thompson and Alperen Şengün, who are going to be the 2 key cogs in that Houston team to see how high their ceiling is going to be. But they desperately need shooting in that starting lineup. It'll be Durant, maybe Dorian Finney-Smith, or Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason. They have a lot of
Pretty good, Tari Eason.
Tari Eason and Jabari Smith are very underrated wing players. If you watch that Warriors and Rockets series, funny enough, we're talking about these 2 teams in the playoffs last year. You saw how effective Eason and Smith can both be in their roles. So talking about Golden State, though, I think Houston would make it deeper. I agree with you. I just worry about the health of Golden State. I have a hard time believing that we're going to see a playoff level Jimmy Butler or Steph Curry. I mean, Steph, obviously, during the regular season, you're really going to have to monitor his minutes and monitor the games that he's going to be in. So who's going to end up stepping up the scoring load when that happens? And when playoff comes around, we're going to have to see because of injuries. It's an 82-game marathon, and by the time that we hit April, a lot of guys, especially on older teams, log a lot of miles. So
there you go.
See about that.
To answer your question, I'm going to go with the Warriors. They were playing really well with Jimmy Butler. I know they're a year older.
Okay.
I know they're getting up there in age.
Okay.
But a full season, hopefully if they're healthy. I mean, every team goes without saying if they're healthy. But give me the Warriors. Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry for a whole season. The Jimmy Butler experience is pretty good the first year.
Yeah,
Then eventually, then you'll have to, what's going to happen. You'll demand a trade. But the first full season with Jimmy Butler, I think him and Curry and Draymond, they re-signed Kuminga.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest thing with Jimmy is that he is a guy that, he's somebody that when he wants something done his way, he's going to get it done his way one way or another. But the two things he needs is star power and structure, and he has that in Golden State. There's never been a single player that has ever badmouthed Steph Curry in their entire career. He is probably the greatest teammate in the NBA you can play alongside of. And it fits Butler's game. What Golden State was desperately missing was a guy who could score inside and get to the free throw line. They had a criminally low free throw rate last year. They didn't have anybody outside of Kuminga that could actually put ball pressure into the paint. Jimmy provides that, and he gives that secondary scoring punch for when Steph has his off nights. But I'm going to have to go with Houston, man. Their firepower and their overall... Because the one thing that Houston was desperately missing last year was a shot creator down the stretch. They could not create their own shot in that Golden State series, which just killed them. Jalen Green is in Phoenix for a reason because of that. And I think you get arguably the best ISO scorer in the game in Kevin Durant. And I think that ultimately lifts them to a Western Conference final type ceiling. So I don't think that Golden State has that level of ceiling this year, unless they make some sort of deadline move that we don't see coming yet. So
well said. You know your hoops. 13 more minutes, guys, until the 5 p.m. hour. We did hit a little stall. If you guys want to knock out this throwbacks and alternates, it is the chase. We are 4 spots to go. That is going to close out today for sure. You might as well close it out while you have a chance to win some money back. It could be the chase wheel spin for the next show, but I can't guarantee it with that wheel spin.
get it done.
4 spots to go. Lawrence Taylor, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders still out there. 7 boxes, 3 headliners. If you guys want to close this out and do a chase wheel spin, we are 5 to go on the diamonds, single and the double. I would hate not to close this during the show. But that's up to you guys. If you guys want to wait till 6 p.m. to do this break, and that's, it's not that long, but it's pretty long from now. An hour and 12 minutes. Let's do it now. Baker Mayfield, Eddie George, Kurt Warner, Warren Moon, Earl Campbell, Jerome Bettis, J.J. McCarthy, Drew Brees, Julio Jones, Barry Sanders, and John Elway still out there in this series. Authentics are better in every single box. I will love to knock out a diamond before I head out for the day. I'll be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Rob, you're doing the 6 p.m. show tonight, right?
I will be there.
Hell yeah. Rob in common tonight in the break room for a fun Tuesday night edition. But we still have business to take care of on this show. Charles, I do not know. I think I watched the show earlier where Dave, our customer service guy, said that they'll email you with the results. So check for your email, Charles. I do not know who won the September video contest. I'm not part of the marketing, so I am not in charge of that, my friend. But I'm sure if you won, you get an email, let you know that you won. So if you didn't get an email, maybe not so lucky on that video contest.
Yeah, I know that we had to make a couple of tough decisions. We had some awesome entries. Charles, I know Westy was in there as well for Nathan West. Just trying to think of some of the other names that were in there that were involved.
I saw Ashley in there.
Ashley Roberson, yeah.
Dale in there. Who am I missing? I saw a few names in there. If you're in there, you know you're in there.
Den saying that, yeah, hockey is back. Hockey is indeed back. And, I always kick myself every year. Dom, it's like that one thing when it's like, oh, I'll get to this later. Like if you're a procrastinator like myself, you're kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, no, Mom, it's okay. I'll do this chore. I'll get to it. And then all of a sudden, you 6 months go by and it's like, well, I still haven't gotten that thing done. That's kind of how we feel about my hockey fandom. Whereas we were kind of going back like 20 plus years talking about the guys we remember growing up. It's like, for whatever reason these days, I just can't hitch my wagon to anybody. But hockey is really, really exciting. I just, for whatever reason, because let's be honest, in the Chicagoland area, for those that are unaware, this is how it goes in Chicago media. It's the Bears up here when they're in season, and then everything else comes after that. Then the Cubs are a pretty far second behind that, and then it drops off again, and then you get Bulls and White Sox that are right about third, and then below them are the Hawks.
I would say the Bulls ahead of the White Sox, too.
I would maybe by a tick, but the White Sox and Bulls in terms of media
when the Bulls
talk
are good.
But even when the White Sox are good, they also get decent tick. I know it's hard to believe, but we draw. We draw when we're good. So we draw decently when we're good. But, media-wise, I think that because nobody talks about the Bulls media-wise. They're owned by the same man, so they're going to get the same level of pub, my opinion. And then the Hawks, unfortunately, are fourth. But just the nature of the business, unfortunately. But the nature of the break room business, though, still stuck on 4 and 5 in a lot of these rooms, Dom. So with about 10 minutes to go or so, hopefully we can get some buzzer beaters going on here.
Do a quick top to bottom rundown, show off what we have here in the break room. Baker Mayfield, Eddie George, Kurt Warner, the dual sign Houston Oilers, Warren Moon and Earl Campbell. 2 most popular Houston Oilers of all time. Get them on the one speed flex. Jerome Bettis, speed flex. JJ McCarthy, speed flex. Drew Brees, speed flex. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You get him for 103 in a single, or if you want to take home Drew Brees and Baker Mayfield or Julio Jones in the double for only 206, that double up opportunity is still out there. Barry Sanders, speed flex. John Elway, authentic. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. John Elway. Secondary headliners, David Montgomery and Rondé Barber. The diamonds are authentics or better in every single box. The best bang for your buck in the break room. 5 spots to go on the single and the double. These breaks are going to be hot tonight. Whether it's this show or the 6 p.m. show, the diamonds are going to be hot because plenty of headliners and authentics are better in every single box. Practice squad. Bruce Smith Speed Flex still out there. That's right, a Bruce Smith Speed Flex still out there in a practice squad. That is only $51 a spot in the single. If you want to take home 2 items with 1 spot, only $102 a spot in a practice squad double. Nico Collins authentic, DeMarcus Ware authentic, and then we have a Brett Favre mini helmet still in the series. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Brett Favre. Throwbacks and alternates. This is the Chase Wheelspin for the show. We have not done any during this show, so I would hate for waste Chase Wheelspin. Lawrence Taylor, Emmitt Smith, NFC East, maybe getting that double. Take them both. And then we have Barry Sanders authentic on the throwback. Detroit Lions. The headliner mixer, which still has plenty of headliners. Steph Curry, Joe Burrow, Ricky Henderson, TJ Watt, David Ortiz, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Johnny Bench, Magic Johnson, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, Jamar Chase, John Smoltz, Shaquille O'Neal, CeeDee Lamb, Trevor Hoffman, and Allen Iverson still out there in the headliner mix. The jerseys, 2 boxes left. The only headliner is Earl Campbell. So that is what we have in the break room right now. The best bang for your buck. You want to get the most value? It's the diamonds. Authentics are better in every single box. 103, win yourself an authentic helmet in the single. 206, maybe win yourself 2 authentics, an authentic or flex. Maybe 2 flexes in the NFC North. Barry Sanders and JJ McCarthy. You win a Speed Flex helmet for a fraction of the cost. That is highway robbery. And you want to get the best value in the break room? It's the diamonds. Authentic helmets or better in every single box. Pass rush diamond. So loaded I can't even speak. So there you go. What are we going to do next? It is 4:55. We'll see where we're at 5 p.m. Does not mean that we're going to sign off at 5 p.m. We're just going to check in the break page. If you guys want to close out a diamond, close out a jersey, close out a throwbacks and alternates, a practice squad, whatever break you guys want to close out, you guys are the architects of this break room. I know Joshua Bateman is a big-time Buffalo Bills fan, and we saw that Bruce Smith Speedflex in that practice squad. Steven Meredith got an authentic helmet. There you go, Steven. Now, Steven, we don't break that on our show. That just gets sent to you. But very, very nice. Got an authentic helmet coming your way. Or better, possibly. So congratulations to Steven on that. He bought a authentic helmet, personal.
I did, yeah. Shout out to Steven, man. Way to go. That's very, very cool.
So, Steven, we don't open those on air. I know it has a... I'm going to tell him if we can get that off, because I know we have a little tab there. It says open on air. We do not open those on air. We'll open the college. We'll open the headliner package, but those are our shipping department's in charge of those. So we do not open those on air. Those just get sent your way. I'm assuming, they just see a box and like, all right, we'll do this one. And I feel you, Steven. I'll make notes, see if we can get that off, because I can see why that might be a little confusing, guys. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, Steven. Yeah, we definitely sometimes the gets lost in translation a little bit, but yeah, going forward, we'll make sure not.
You are getting authentic helmet though.
That's all that matters.
You are getting that, my man.
That is the most important.
Yes. But thank you very much, Steven. Still have those Pittsburgh Steelers speed flexes in the break room. Steven's a big-time Steeler fan. Jerome Bettis in the Diamonds. TJ Watt in the Headliner Mixer. I know Steven's in those breaks. I'll do my best. They tell me the same thing when I start my show. They go, Dom, try not to suck. I go, all right, I do my best.
That's what I just told myself in the mirror.
Our shipping department's great. They're good.
They are.
They are the best of the best.
They keep us in check.
Yes, I feel confident they're not going to suck. You're going to get a great lid in that break. Was that the Cubs? Didn't the Cubs have that try not to suck? Wasn't that their motto, the Joe Madden motto in 2016?
Try not to suck. No, that was their motto for 108 years leading up to 2016.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's all right. I mean, it took them a little over a century to catch on, but it's good that they finally did. So it's good.
Only took us 88 years.
I wasn't trying to go there, but you know.
What are we gonna do next, guys? It is 4:57. We are 5 and 4 spots to go on our closest breaks. If you guys want to wait for the 6 p.m. show with Common and Rob,
don't do it.
It's a long time.
It is a long time, and for those that are unaware of the 6 o'clock show, how everything really goes for that. Now, this is not a guarantee. I'm not going to do a little Charles Barkley. I love that one. Guarantee. I love that. You know what my favorite Barkley clip is ever, if you've ever seen it, where it's like throwback to TNT, like early to mid 2000s. It's like, all right, Charles, 2 words to describe this segment.
Nash and Paul.
Yeah. Must see TV. That's more than 2 words, Charles. Nash and Paul. That's still more than 2 words. Anyways, so. Oh my God, I totally forgot where I was going with that.
Is there a reason why you sound so much like Andrew Siciliano? Is that me or you?
I have no idea. I have no idea. For me?
Yeah, you have the more the announcer voice.
I don't listen to Siciliano as much as I probably should, so I'm not really aware.
Maybe you'll call Red Zone one.
I'm going to have to look up some Siciliano clips here
you and Colin
in between
have,
the shows.
You and Colin, and I mean this as a compliment, have very good like radio broadcaster voices.
I'm not even doing this. Is just how I speak. So I mean, if this is something that 9, 12, 3, and 6, make sure to tune in.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it used to get. I feel so bad. My first year in broadcasting, dude, I was 20 years old. So like when I got my first job being play-by-play radio and TV voice, I spoke how I was on air, off air, and I didn't know that I was doing it. So it'd be like, I'd pull up to an Arby's drive-thru. I'd be like, oh, what's going on? Good afternoon. Can I get the number 4 large, please? With a, and it was really, really bad. So I literally had to have my coaching staff of the team that I was covering be like, hey, we like what you're doing, but stop pretending to be like you're, Vince Scully and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. And that actually like helped me settle in. It's like, okay, I can settle 2 different, because that's what it felt like for me. Like I had to settle 2 different personalities and now I don't talk like a total doofus all the time.
I don't know if you ever saw the movie,
Robert Andre.
The Howard Stern movie.
Thank you,
how he got to start in radio. And there's a character, Paul Giamatti. He's like the head of the radio for NBC. And he's telling Howard Stern, he's like, you're not doing the radio traditional. You got to do it WNBC. Reminded me of that voice he did right there. Rob 100, yeah. See, I would have to change my voice.
I still got to... I still got to show you at least something about how I used to broadcast because it's very, very different from how I speak now. So and you would enjoy it if you enjoyed your Hawk Harrelson White Sox experience.
Heck yeah.
Okay, then you'd probably enjoy it because for me, I was the type of guy where it's like I needed a couple of, I needed to take at least a whole bottle of chill pills after my games because, dude, one time it got so bad for me that I actually got diagnosed with laryngitis and I had to miss a week's worth of games because I quite literally could not speak. So it was. Yeah, I mean the life of a broadcaster is fun, but it's could also be a lot on your voice. So
there you go. Yeah. So it is 5 p.m. Central Time, guys. Let's see if we have any orders coming through. I know Steven got our last 2 orders were for those Authentics. Our last order in the breaks, our last order in a break was 4:04. It's been nothing but personals since then. So Rob, I think that's going to do it for us.
I think so.
In the 3 o'clock show. Hit of the show. Emmett Smith Mini.
Yeah, Mr. Mini right there. But, definitely not a bad one at all whatsoever. I mean, you get the all-time leading rusher anytime you get to do a show together. That's definitely a win in my book. So, shout out to Mr. Tony Gonzalez.
Tony.
So from one legend to another.
Tony Gonzalez. Congratulations, Tony. Congratulations to everybody who won in the break room for the 3 p.m. show. Rob will be back with Common and Chef for the 6 p.m. show. Guys, close out those diamonds. 5 to go. It is absolutely loaded right now. 23 boxes, 13 headliners, 5 speed flexes. It's the best bang for your buck in the break room. We got a Barry Sanders flex, Drew Brees flex, J.J. McCarthy, Jerome Bettis, and that dual sign Houston Oilers, Warren Moon, and Earl Campbell. Rob, any last words?
No, brother. I mean, it was a great show with you. I know this is our only show that we do together during the week. So, it's always fun, man, doing shows with you. But
Are you doing the 9 a.m. on Saturday?
I am, yeah.
I'll be here with you.
Oh, okay, there you go. So look at that, getting upgraded to do 2 of those. But it's always fun with you, bro. So let's just try to keep the good vibes going into the 6 o'clock show. I know you're probably going to enjoy some postseason baseball when you get home tonight. So
2 games I get to watch. Yeah.
2 games, yeah, I know, simultaneously. So shout out to the weather delay. But yeah, let's try to keep the momentum going into the 6 o'clock. Obviously, the heart and soul of the show is always the customers at home.
That's right.
Making everything so much more entertaining for Dom and myself. So I had fun. I hope you did too.
Thank you. If you enjoyed watching us here in the break room, well, good news for you. 6 p.m. Central Time, Common and Rob will be back. If you bought a spot during this show, do not worry. You do not lose your spot. You just get transferred over to the next show. That next show just being under an hour from now. So you guys can get your spots while we're off air and while that show starts. Nice little pre-fill for Common and Rob. I suggest getting the diamonds because that is going to be the hot break tonight. And that headliner mixer. Great price point. Great headliner still in that series. So from Dom and Rob, your 2 favorite White Sox fans here in the break room.
Yes, sir.
That's going to do it for us today. Common and Rob at 6 p.m. Central Time. Get your spots, those diamonds. It's going to be a good show tonight at 6 p.m., guys. Thank you for a fun day. I'll be back here at 6 p.m.